So beautiful.
The way we moved it.
So weird. The effect's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.
Oh, that's pretty good. Hey, what?
We'll start with Proverbs 4:19. But the way of the wicked is like total darkness. They have no idea what they are stumbling over. Proverbs 4:19, and we'll pray. Father, we thank you for another week that has passed. We love you. We thank you for your protection and your guidance and your wisdom, and we thank you for your divine intervention. We thank you for showing us trouble before it ever gets here, Lord, and taking care of it before it ever reaches us. We love you. We thank you. We appreciate everything that you do. We thank you for this team. We thank you for our friends. We thank you for the viewers. We pray your protection and your guidance over every one of them. Keep us always in your steps. In Jesus' name, amen.
I like that verse. I don't know what they're stumbling over. I don't know what they're doing.
Good evening. This is, I'm Lead Tracker E, and this is Jerry Williams, also known as Lead Horse Choctaw. And we have.
Should I back that up or is that good?
Pardon?
Should I back that up or is that good?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
We have 4 Facebook group pages: the Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN, and Sons Center and Database, the Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and Surrounding Areas page, the Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warriors Path page in Facebook, and the Lead Tracker E page.
Well, when it's scrolling like that, it's not recording. Okay. Yeah.
Should I give the pages again?
Yeah.
Okay. It was glitches. So I'll give you the pages again. On Facebook, Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman and Son Center and Database, the Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and Surrounding Areas page, the Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warriors Path page, and the Lead Tracker E page. Those are all on Facebook. We also have the Lead Tracker E page on YouTube, which is the sister channel to this. And thank you very much to those of you who helped us reach a milestone of over 500 on that page just this week. We have a book out. We have another one almost done. And then we also have this book available on Amazon for $25. We've had so many people tell us that they're using this like a textbook, and we actually did use this as a textbook. We had our tracker training class, 5-month class recently. Read the reviews on that, and if you spend any amount of time at all in or near the woods, or if anyone that you love does, you need this book. I guarantee that you will learn something.
Also, you can get the book through us, an autograph copy. You can order that through us in the description below. through Cash App. It's $25 from us plus $5 shipping and handling to have an autographed one. They are on Amazon for the same amount for $25, except they're not autographed, but you are able to leave a comment or a review on Amazon if you buy it through them. The Bigfoot documentary, $55 now, used to be $101. That also great reviews. Anyone who's watched that will tell you the importance of that. And the book and the DVD goes together. We actually had we were showing the documentary while we were at the fashion show, the Native Fashion Show, and we were vending, and we were showing parts of the documentary where the Bigfoots were and everything. And some of the people we had to kind of show where they were, but there was some people that even with glasses, they would pull their glasses down and say, I can see it. I can see it. There's more than one. And we said, yeah, but the one that we're showing you is the most visual, but yeah, there are more in that photo. So, I mean, that video, and it is a live video of a Bigfoot in a tree. So, plus all the places that we tracked, places we don't want people going, we went to show you, just like what we did just the other night with the track, places we don't want people going and doing what we're doing. I know there's some other trackers out there that kind of does what we do, but we wouldn't want them out there doing what we do either and how we do it, unless they were trained by us. With the documentary, it's $55. It's you can only get it through here. It's not on YouTube or anything. Maybe one day, but for right now, we're the only ones that have possession of this, so nothing can be altered.
Except for a couple that essentially
Slipped out.
stole from us because
Yeah.
they never did pay us for it. But it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay, but
But-
we forgive that debt.
But and we don't forgive the debt, but we'll leave it like that. How about that? Also, are we having a May sale?
Are we still?
I think we're having. Yeah, it's still May, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
still having the May.
We're only halfway through.
The May sale. That is one autographed book and one DVD Bigfoot documentary for $55. That's the total price of the documentary, but during May we're only doing that with an autographed copy and a DVD for $55.
Now, does that include postage or
Also $5 postage and handling. I'm sorry, because we're
$5?
pushing everything together. And but after May, it's gone. Just like when Amazon was having their sale of our book, it went all the way down to $9, and we was basically making sure that everybody knew it's for $9. Didn't get it at that price for some reason. I mean, I would have bought.
Some doubled up.
Yeah, some people bought extra and
didn't
gave
take advantage.
passed it out to their family and friends. But some you passed up a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And right now is another great opportunity, but only in May. Once May's gone, it's going off sale. We're not doing that again. But we just want to get people. You have the opportunity now to do it.
Yeah.
Let me see if this has been acting up a bit. So
We have on the Lead Tracker e-channel, we have a series called Tracking Miracles and Encounters. Check the playlist for that. And that's just to hear your stories and share our stories of the ways that God's divine intervention and divine orchestration have helped in regards to the nature of what we do in the tracking field. And we notice that perhaps all of our trackers have had some amazing miracles throughout their lives. But you don't have to be a tracker to share your stories with us. So get a hold of us if you have something that you're busting with. You want to talk about that a way that God protected you, or
well, you're like, woof.
Yeah.
Those kind of stories.
We've even had somebody that he survived a brutal attack, but then said, I guess my faith wasn't strong enough. And but it was, because he's here.
Telling us the story.
So you may get some bumps and bruises, and you may not come out perfectly unscathed, but you will come out. The Lord doesn't say he's going to keep you from trouble. He says he'll be with you in trouble. So
Yeah. And count on that.
on him to be with you. Yeah.
Always with you.
We also have the Standing Feather stories, which are the lead horse Choctaw stories, and those are different events. The backside of the stories, the real truth behind some things that were major events in the news that other people never heard, that the Native people were doing and going through in modern times, in our times. That's not the view you got at all from the skewed media, and we all know what liars that they are. So the really, truly interesting stories, and there will be more to come. But those are called Standing Feather Stories, and there's already a few episodes over there. We've just been super busy, so we haven't done any new episodes on either of those series. But you still have time to catch up on what's there before we put out new ones.
Become a Patreon member. I know some of our Patreon members, we put out some content that we don't put on YouTube. Some that we put out on, we don't put out on Facebook, also some content. And we're going to be putting out a lot more content on the Patreon, because we're doing a lot of this froze here. There it goes. Still froze.
How's our Wi-Fi?
We're a little glitchy tonight, but we're going to be putting a lot more on Patreon. Even the video and some of the things that we're doing, it's just better because there's some dangerous areas that we go into that we're not going to put just on YouTube. We're having technical difficulties, so bear with us.
Those we have no control over.
Yeah, it's
So
StreamYard and YouTube, which we're going to be talking about some of those tonight. So we're going to be talking about StreamYard a little bit tonight. And but
tonight is not necessarily Bigfoot related. Tonight is about teaching how to StreamYard when you don't have glitching problems. I'm going to go grab some coffee. I'll be right back.
It's a glitchy day. Even
It's raining.
I also need this one to show everything that we need to tonight. So bear with us, and we will get through it. But tonight, also Cash App, PayPal, and Patreon membership is available. I'm just looking at the board that we have here. Also, this is a tracker channel. It's not a Bigfoot channel. It's not a cryptid channel. We do find those things, and we do track those things, but we do track and locate. So what we do is we track the area for the homeowner, and I heard this the other day. It just kind of, the thinking kind of is not right. But I heard someone saying, well, someone had told me, somebody had said this, but they said, if they're trackers, how come they don't find anything? How come they don't have the Bigfoot? We have tracked the Bigfoots. We have got photos of those Bigfoots. We have got video of those Bigfoots, but we are track and locate. We're not hunting and killing these things. We track and locate, then we take all that information and give it to you. We give it to you, the homeowner, and what you do with it is what you want to do with it. We can help you deter. We can help you push your brush back. We can help you prayer walk your areas, put the crosses up, make sure Jesus is in that area, if he's not in that area. But we can only track up to a certain amount of property line. It doesn't matter if it's like the homeowner the other day had 180 acres, which we didn't get tracked in just one day. We're going to have to do that section by section. But we can still only go up to their property line. We did see where the Bigfoots cross and where they're active. They're hunting on their area, but they're across the river in another area. But we don't have permission to cross that river and go into that other area. So if anybody says they're trackers, how come they don't have them tracked down? Because we don't have the
permission to walk through the whole world.
Yeah, there's somebody that's going to say, I got a fence there. That's my property. What are you doing?
Yeah, shoot you.
So we can only go up to a certain amount. We can show you where they're coming in and where they're going out, what they're doing in that area, happens. And where you can find them if you so choose to. But yes, we are trackers. We can track these things. We have tracked these things. Some of our trackers have had to put some things down. That's no big secret here.
We're not hunters.
We're not hunters. That's not what we do, track and locate. So let's not mistake that. We're not a Bigfoot channel. We're not a cryptid channel. But we do find these things out there because we know what we're looking for. So also monitors. We may be a little light tonight because we're doing a tutorial over editing so that, and when you're out in the field, when you have the opportunity, if you have a GoPro, if you have a camera person, that's the person we recommend. That's all they do. You keep that person close, you know where they're at, let them film, but you're also doing your job, but you're also protecting them. Because you're going to get hours and hours of camera work. You could film a whole 2 hours and only need 5 minutes of that film. So it's tedious. So it's tedious work. We're actually trying to figure out, I just got from that, but figure out how we're going to work with StreamYard when it glitches like this too. And this is a big reason why we need to make videos. All the trackers, this is for the trackers tonight. And all the people who are viewing, the watchers, the viewers, you can make your own videos. It can help your channel. Making your own videos, making your own intro. You don't have to pay people $2,000 to do something for you. You can do your own video work. Plus, you can have your home memories, your family memories. You can make your own videos. You can make funny videos, music videos. But for us, because we take so many photos and some we have to blow up and enhance just to get what we're looking at shown, that's just one photo. Here's another photo. Here's another photo. But we can put all those photos together and do a voiceover or put music to that. So you can share that with another person or for your track and report. Also for our field reporters. When we have that field report, and we've decided once a month we're going to do that to where you call in. You'll be on StreamYard with us, but you can have that short clip video of what you've been doing or the most important thing that you would like to show, pull downs, breaks, bows, bridges, things like that. You can send that to us in a message, especially if it's under 2 minutes. Send it to us in a message or an email. We'll download that and we'll put that in for the field reports.
If you're a field reporter.
If you're
it's not just
reporter.
randomly open to everyone.
So and we will do opening comments right after this. And today is going to be a little different. Lead Tracker, he's going to be monitoring the comments because there may be questions. We're going to show you the quickest, the basic way to do this. So the first thing we need people to do is to download Shotcut for a home computer, or if you have an iPhone or an iPad, or even an iPad, or an Android, we recommend CapCut, 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 or for a home computer, Shotcut, SHOTCUT, and both are free apps. They're free to use. They can help you. I would also, you could subscribe to their channels so that you can get updated information, or if you need assistance on something else, they're very helpful. I've noticed that. So, and they answer pretty quickly.
Another reason we want to share this with you is a lot of the people that follow us are grandparents. This is a way that you can share stories, or it doesn't all have to be tracking related. You may have a history that you want to share with your children or grandchildren. It's a good way to communicate with the younger generation that they love the videos. It's just a good way to share the knowledge and present it in a different way than if you were just sitting trying to talk to them and they're on their phone and not paying attention. But you could say, look, make the video. Or some of them may even want to make a video with you and use it for family history and different things like that. There's a variety of reasons to have these skills. You may want to get back into the workforce. You may discover skills or talents you never had, or you may have some secret dreams of having your own channel. This will get you started.
Oh, it sure will. It will help you in many ways if you can make your own videos. It's very easy. It looks complicated, but it's very easy. We'll walk you through.
It's time consuming.
Yeah, the nitpicking, the pulling, everything that you do. Just want that perfect shot. That's the time consuming. Plus, like for us, we went out the other day. We had a GoPro. We had 2 cameras. Actually, we had 3 cameras.
2 phones, yeah.
With another
Yeah,
group.
with the others, yeah.
And we used some of theirs. We used some of
They're in here
the night
too.
vision.
Yeah.
We used cameras and GoPro. I forgot about the night vision too. We couldn't find our thermal. It's somewhere here. But if we did, we would have used that little card also.
It's packed into something that hasn't been unpacked yet.
Yeah, it was on this.
We're getting some systems going. There's just been a lot of coming and going.
Oh my goodness. Every time we come in, it's like, okay, we're gonna get things done here.
Reorganize.
Then we get a phone call. Okay, we'll be there. We'll make it. We'll get there. And then sometimes we got to call another group. Say, hey, are you gonna be available this weekend? Because we got to be in this weekend, and then we got to be over here. You want to go? You want to go? Yes. Okay. But everyone brings their cameras, and use your cameras when it's safe. Don't think that everything is safe out there.
And don't think that when we go tracking that we're always talking into the camera. We only do it here and there just so that we can teach you guys. But really, we would prefer just to film quietly while
And
we're out
never say
there,
a word.
and then come back and do voiceovers. Most of the time, we use hand signals with each other when we're out there tracking.
And the only reason we have to say it is in whisper is because there's viewers who don't understand what we're doing. They don't understand tracking, so they're going, "What are they doing? It's a tree." Oh, okay, yeah, but this tree has a little break. This tree has a little bow in it. This tree
Trying
is
to show you the
laying over the
patterns.
fence. So we have to, when possible, quietly tell people what's going on because they just don't understand yet. So they need the book and the DVD, which is on sale in May this entire month for $55. Both are available.
55 plus 5
$55 plus 5.
Plus
I'm
5
sorry.
postage and handling. So it'd
Okay.
be 60 total.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we need everybody downloading Shotcut or CapCut, and we're going to go over both. It's not going to take long, but we also want to show you what can be done with it. And if you've seen our intro, we did that ourselves. We didn't pay anybody for that. We did it. It's just things that you can do for your channel, help your channel grow, and put out content that is viable for everyone to learn from. I wouldn't just put things that weren't important out. I guess
You
would
put
say.
what's important to you out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess you can use it for whatever, but I'm just saying with these comes great responsibility.
It actually really does.
Yeah, so be careful with what you're doing. Even in your shots, be careful of what you're filming. You know, if possible, try to get only like from waist high up of everybody. Certain angles,
It shows you how to, to edit and cut.
yeah,
because-
and you can cut and edit all that
Yeah.
out too. You don't want anyone embarrassed or anything like that from a video that you did. Be respectful of everybody in the videos, and if you don't have permission, don't be filming anybody.
And so many of the grandparents that we've talked to, because they're generally the ones that the younger people are living in the cities because that's where the work is. The elderly are by and large living in the countries. I mean, out in the country, in the woodlands. They're the ones that are having the most
Mhm.
trouble with these things. They're the ones that need some help pushing back their brush and things like that. If you're trying to convince your family, and also wives whose husbands work away, tend to get, some of them tend to get disregarded or dismissed when they and the children are trying to say this happened or that happened. But if you could edit and make a little film together and say, okay, like this blind's here and this blind's here, and if people could see visually what you're talking about, it has a much greater impact than just telling them, because it's going to go in one ear and out the other for a lot of people. But if they can zero in on a video and they know you took the effort to make that, maybe they'll pay attention.
Also, one more thing about the person who said that their trackers, that they should find what they're tracking for, which we do. But again, we can only go up to a property line. We can't go
Yeah.
into everyone's backyard and just.
Well, and that's a person who thinks
Track-
they're only spiritual too. He
But
thinks there's
also-
nothing physical.
But also that the predators will have a distance from you. If you're coming in, they're going back. They're coming back. They're doing this. So you can track them up to the property and find out where they left, but they're going to keep moving out of distance. Sorry. They're going to keep moving out of distance. And when you go back, they're going to start coming back. So you can put cams up there, those traps, spikes,
if you're
techniques
walking
to
around
deter.
a tree, they're walking around a tree.
So once you track them, remember they're moving, or they're going to do a hook or a button hook, is what they call it, and that's also a thing in football. But a button hook is while you're tracking, they're going to leave tracks, but while you're still coming, they're going to leave tracks, and they're going to go around and wait for you because you're still tracking those tracks. They're going to circle back around, wait in those bushes while you walk by. And that's an ambush.
Yeah.
So they do know when you're following those tracks, so be aware of that. Let's do the comments and then we'll start.
Okay.
And then we will start with the tutorial tonight. And we're doing this. This is all free of charge, but if anybody would like to help out, we do have. I'm going to go ahead and put this banner up. Let's see.
As we take care of ourselves, but as we can afford to, we go and help people that are in situations where they can't get anybody to listen to them or help them in certain circumstances. And so,
And it's free of charge. We do tracking
yeah, we
locations.
just do that voluntarily.
It's not for
And
money.
so, but we do accept gratefully any help
Yeah.
from others that want to be a part of it, but they can't get out there and do the same thing themselves.
And Jody Albright, she put some money on the live chat, the super chat, and I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
But this is in May, so we won't receive that until June, to the middle of June or the 26th of June.
But
So
thank
we will
you.
use that money to get that equipment that you were talking about, or that we
To
need.
put towards equipment. Yeah.
It's only going for that equipment.
We didn't ask for money for equipment.
No, we didn't.
She
Oh.
just straight out said, "What do y'all need?" And,
Use
and
this
we
for
actually
it.
had to think about it. Yeah, and use this towards whatever you need with no specifications.
But even that could be even just batteries, new SIM
oh,
cards.
gee, yeah.
Because our battery, our light, even our batteries in our flashlights were low. We don't even have that. Not yet, but we will get to town. And we needed more SD cards. We kind of joke about it because there's some people calling this channel a fraud. I mean, it's just like one or two people. It's not like everyone. Everyone else
Oh,
understands.
we had that huge blind that we were in the other night, and you'll see it in this video in one of the big blinds. And somebody comes in and they're only never commented before, and they come in and they put fake. Yeah, okay, we went
Yeah,
out there.
we went and pulled
Yeah, all
this
right.
entire,
Block.
yeah. And
That's another feature you want to use a lot. You don't have to let people just come into your room and disrespect you. If they were guessing your home, you wouldn't allow them to call you liars
no,
and
like hit the door.
Yeah, you
Keep
know,
moving.
this is your room. You know,
Yeah.
when you have your channel, that's your room. Just don't let people put pressure. They'll try to make you feel guilty for blocking jerks. They'll try to make you feel guilty for carrying weapons to protect yourself from
But we don't feel guilty.
snakes. No, but they just try.
Yeah.
Block.
Oh, yeah. I remember people were talking about how the weapons that we carry, which we stated in the beginning, don't worry about our weapons.
They're for us.
What we wear, what she carries is for her. What I carry is for me. What that person other carries, that's for him. I'm not taking my weapons out there to save everyone. I'm making sure I come home. And I want to make sure that I carry as much as I got. And if you watch the video from yesterday, which we're going to show clips of that, you'll see we were right in one of the biggest blinds, big predators, and we were in it. But of course, we had the faith of God, and we had our weapons with us, and we were all packed down. So anything broke out, we were still coming home.
You know, and there'll be people that will say, "Well, if you got the faith of God, why do you need the weapons? Why did David need the slingshot and a stone?" I mean, it's
And that's all weapons are, little stones.
Yeah.
A slug is just a stone. Our shotgun is our sling.
Can we go back into? I can only get back to where Night Stars is saying hi, Bob, so I know it's missing some.
Okay.
We're gonna run through the chat real quick and tell everybody hi.
Oh, hey, there's a $9. Thank you so much. StreamYard. So let's start off with the comments here. You want to read off here?
Oh, Isla Wren. Yeah, there we go. That was from Isla Wren. Thank you so much.
Isla Wren.
Thank
And
you.
we'll get to that in just a second.
War Chief says, evening. Good. War Chief is here. Cube is here. I'm not going to read the individual greetings,
Night
but
Stars.
we'll just announce who's in the room. Truth Walker, Night Stars.
Truth Walker, Night Stars.
Oklahoma Adventures. That is who's in the video with us. And I tell you what, Tanya is an amazing videographer.
I see,
And
but I
we
don't
really
see
appreciate it. So we didn't get to go all the way back up there.
No, it's
either.
all the way. It's just somebody, I don't know how they got it.
Some of the comments are coming out of order for us.
Okay, so not started saying hello to Oklahoma Adventures. I see Jay.
JR's in here.
JR. All right. Cubinator. Let's see. Lorna. Tracker Lorna. Fisher of Spam. Hey, we've heard that one, huh?
Welcome. I've seen them over on PRT.
Wait, it's snowing still in places.
How interesting.
Hmm.
Which also means, but that's a good thing too, because that means you'll have time before that spring foliage comes in to get out there and check for the blinds and get them down, get them out of the way.
We've seen the foliage come in on a lot of blinds, and you just can't see them.
So fast.
Can't see them anymore. So Fisher of Spam says, "Hi trackers, I seem to have made a lot."
We're glad you did.
All right.
Glad you're here. JR says, "Wow, I thought it might be a late submittal for tracker class homework." No homework. This is just a freebie tonight for anyone that can use the information.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just to help.
we're wearing our party clothes or vacation clothes.
Vacation clothes. We're gonna make a movie. This was actually worn in
Oh yeah.
a movie. Well, it was for a commercial for the Choctaw Casino commercial. I was in that. They had an 80s look, and I had to wear this, and you will.
80s
This is
theme.
actually
We never
on.
did see the commercial. We never could find the commercial, but
So it is a commercial
because
with
we had to
this
go
shirt.
on a track right after that. Night Star says Proverbs 4:19. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
a good one. That
We'll
they
read it
don't
again.
know what.
But the way of the wicked is like total darkness. They have no idea what they're stumbling over.
They have no idea what's whispering in their ears and telling them, "Hey, let's go bother that person. Let's go try to get into that channel's." Leave those. If people
Let's
come to
go
your
stir the
channel,
pot
let's go
here.
stir the pot somewhere. And we've seen that on their channel. That hadn't happened here because we will block people
Look,
quick. We got monitors that
It
will
can
throw
be a
people
cooking
out.
channel, and you're going to have the same kind of trolls.
Mhm.
It's foolishness.
Fisher Spam says hello, E.
Hello.
That's lead tracker E.
Hello. Glad you're here.
Truth Walker saying hello. Hey, all right. Someone likes the shirt. All right, next time.
Cube
Let's
says,
see.
can't imagine anyone stealing from you guys. What's in their heads?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was actually
Hey, David Woodcut's here.
it
too.
was actually a tracker in the north who wanted the DVD, and he said his PayPal is messed up. His
Lots of reasons.
lots of reasons. So we're gonna send it to you, and then just whenever you. And then he decided he wanted to keep it, but not send the money back. So that's him.
And that's on him.
Yeah.
Dave's Cryptid Adventures. That's David Wilcutt.
Lots of postage if you're going to
Glad you're
send it.
here.
Send
And
it to Australia.
Yeah.
And David,
your
Dave's
profile
Cryptid
picture always makes us laugh.
Did you change that? I thought it was Dave's something else.
David Wilcutt.
Okay, so Dave's Cryptid Adventures, and if that's a channel,
Facebook.
let us know.
Yeah.
So we can check that out too, because we know you're a solid guy.
Let's see.
See Truth Walker, Fisher Spam.
We keep scrolling.
Thank
Isla Ren.
you.
There's Isla Ren.
There's Isla Ren.
Thank you again, Isla Ren.
And Dave, yep, there's Dave. Everybody say hello to Dave. Truth Walker saying hello.
We're glad
Dave
everybody's
is saying
here.
hello to everybody. Everybody's saying hello to Truth Walker. Yeah, it's a little glitchy. Oh, she's glitchy too.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about these people.
Night Star
Coffee.
says coffee. This is good coffee too. This
Yeah.
is Folgers Black Silk. We went to Jose and Tanya's, and they had that brand there, and it was really good. We got some when we came home.
Yeah. Night Star says track, locate, and deter. Exactly.
Yep.
Perfect.
If you ever do have to dispatch one in self-defense or defense of someone else, you do it and you don't look back. You don't call the authorities. You don't, because it'll backfire on you.
Mhm.
That's our advice from experience with our trackers.
Yeah, you call your team, don't call.
It'll just create a whole new
It
set of
will.
circumstances. You do what you need to do to protect yourself.
And we're always close. Cuban says, I find Predator, Bigfoot, and their sign on just about every track and scalp that I do and have the photos. I've allowed researchers tend not to see what I can see.
Yeah. And Cube,
Oh, we can't stand those other researchers.
for those that don't know, Cube is in Australia.
Mhm.
Different
Food supply.
different critters and different foliage, different flora and fauna, but same patterns. That's what we're trying to say. No matter where we go, it's the same patterns. It's going to just use what's around in your area. Loren says, I see just about everything you describe in your book, in your videos. Good.
Oh,
Good.
oh.
That makes us happy.
It is whenever we have a group to where we don't have to explain everything.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And it tickles us too that we have trackers and viewers now that say they just cringe when they're watching other channels with researchers or trackers, and they're going, "Oh, why are they? Oh, they just walked into that trap, or they just passed that blind. They didn't see the blind, or they,
And we've
it
had
tickles us that the information's getting out and that you guys are seeing it
a
too.
lot of our trackers the same way. They're going like, "Well, I can't watch that channel. What are they doing?"
Because of concern.
Yeah. And Cubaner says having a video channel reinforces my argument against the ignorant researchers. To educate and save their lives is my intent. Yeah. And we even the bad researchers, we can still help if they'll listen, and if y'all are putting out content that it's a pattern, just put out the same thing. Let them know that's a tree break, that's a bridge, that's a blind, that's and strategically
If they hear it
placed.
from enough people, maybe they'll listen.
And then they'll start
Or
looking
maybe
too.
we just rub some people the wrong way.
Cuban there
How could
says
that be?
he has cap cut. How could that be? Let's see. Yeah, Fisher Spam says sounds like I should be recording when I'm in the woods. Of course, because sometimes your ears don't pick up a whoop, a small tree knock, or a twig breaking. In the video that we just put up last night, when you see like the lights from down low, because we were in the bottoms, they were up on top, that as we heard the break and the little whoop sound, and at the same time up on the hill, they both at that same time said the same thing, that was a Bigfoot. Listen. And that was at the same time we were in the bottoms going, did you hear that? There's something behind us.
So pick up stuff or you can listen through headphones.
And while you're on those tracks out there, if you have a audio recorder that records for 3 days or 2 days, whatever, 24 hours, or a game cam, you can leave it out there, but make sure you put it around rocks or stones, because stones keep heat. And your game cam and your little battery thing will produce a heat, no matter how small it is. These things can see the infrared. They can see that heat, just like a serpent, because they do have serpent DNA also. So all heat will be shown too. But if you put it in rocks, it'll mask that camera, and you can get a shot like that. But put it facing the way that you're going. You want to be going, but have this facing, because they will follow you. And I couldn't tell you how many times, if you turn around while you're coming out of the woods, you're going to catch a glimpse. You're going to catch a peekaboo behind.
From behind. That's what Scott Carpenter was the first one to put as far as that I ever heard of in the Bigfoot world, to put the recorder on his back to catch as he was leaving, and he got a lot of good stuff that way.
I used to do that too, but I didn't have a GoPro at that time. I used just a phone over my shoulder and everything, because we know they're going to follow. So best evidence also.
A lot of times you'll see us if we take a selfie and it looks, we're not into taking selfies. If we're doing that, it's for a reason. It's because, especially like a one-eyed one, not Illuminati. Mm-hmm. It's just trying to we just want you to look on that side behind us and see if there's, or we want to be able to look back later and see if where we sent something was there, shows up on film.
Let's see.
Fisher of Spam says, I'm sure it is. It's never on my mind, LOL. Dealing with my own property since I had something cloaked walk up on me. Just been carrying anointing oil and prayers for now. Good. That really is your strongest protection.
That's how you say that? Alarin. Oh, she has the book. Fisher Spam, do you have our book by chance? If not, I would sure get that. And if you wanted to, you could use the May sale and get it here from us. But
with the DVD,
which
includes a lot more. They've got different purposes.
Yeah. But if not, borrow it from a friend,
We were talking about even praying over gun oil, like especially the women that are being bothered by these things, scratching on their windows, tapping on their windows, tapping on their children's windows. Anoint that window with some gun oil too. They don't like the smell of that. And pray over it.
Yeah.
Holy oil and gun oil.
Put that oil behind your ears, Wear it on you. We're not trying to get an encounter. We're not trying to see a Bigfoot. We don't
And
want
we already
them.
know they're there.
We don't want them around us. We want get away from us. Stay away. We don't want to take your picture. We don't want to communicate. We want you out of here. We don't want a man-eating predator in our
That
backyard.
brings up a good point too. When you go into the woods and you say to the woods, I'm just here to do this or to do that, and then I'm going to go. Like you're asking permission. No, if you're a believer, God had man have dominion over the earth for a reason, because it got out of control because of things like these predator Bigfoots. You don't go into the woods asking for permission to something that the Lord already gave you dominion over, and that He already has dominion over. When you do that, that's a form of assent. That's a form of appeasement. That's
a bowing down.
It is, and there's no need for it.
Can we walk through here?
Black hearts, which we got accused of today, having
because we carry weapons with our
carry
cross.
weapons and warn people to be careful and try to help push back their blinds. It's nothing to do with black hearts. It's to do with safety and heeding the warnings that are all through the Bible.
And when people say things like that, we know you've never seen one of these things. We know you don't know what you're talking about when people talk like that.
Yeah.
Because once you see a 35-footer or a 20-footer or something that's just
even
pure
little,
black with claws and fangs and blood eyes and mad looking and just so huge, vicious, you may change your mind.
People get scared of house cats.
We
talked about this before. We talked about this last month. That people, there's a few times we've talked about it over the years. How they'll freak out over the tiniest thing. What was it? It was a squirrel in a video.
Oh,
a squirrel
goodness.
In an office. It's like a businessman, a healthy,
jumped on his
man,
chair,
screaming like a little girl and hollering for his secretary. I guess it was pathetic. And we looked at each other and we're like, and it was funny, but what if there had been a Bigfoot, even a small Bigfoot, Mike?
This little thing was having people jump up and down, screaming and yelling.
They'll do it over a lizard,
if there's
little spider, in a.
People would, if that guy had a shotgun, he would have been shooting hoes trying to shoot that little rat.
That ain't the kind of person you want with weapons.
No,
you need a cool head person.
I left this up because it reminded me of what we are going to start doing. We was at a big blind, big predator blind yesterday, day before.
Yeah.
And when we got there, if you watch, and we're going to show that video later, but
there was a really cool surprise for us, like a God.
The whole video was kind of like that.
Yeah.
And
it was just neat. Like sometimes we're like, you did that. That's so cool. Thank you.
All the video was put together. And tell you the truth, I was so tired that I don't remember putting too much of it together. I asked Lee Tracker, can you, because you have to keep it going. I'm like, can you finish this? I've got to.
Because if the mouse isn't, if it's not done loading and processing, it'll I don't know
pause.
if it does do that on every computer or just this one.
Maybe just this one. But it'll pause so it doesn't
start all over.
Yeah, or it'll kick it out.
Yeah.
So you gotta stay with it. And I was just like, I'm just so tired. And then when we seen the video, like, wow, look at this video.
Look at that. And at the very end, there's a spot where Jose is where the light's shining on him. I guess he's shining a light and something's reflecting back. We can't see what he's looking at, but it's to the left of a big blind. And then it's right where the video wraps up in one of the earlier videos we have. I don't know if it's one tonight, but you can see a piece of bamboo right outside the structure, and it's got or a cane, and right outside the structure, and it looks totally like a cross. There's only like the two leaves. You know how it's got all the leaves. There's two. Look for it at the end on the left-hand side, and it just shows as the music is saying. What is the line?
Welcome to my house.
But no, it's the line about the Lord. The verse about the Lord. I'm sorry, it's skipping my mind right now. But when you see it, just look for that little spot. The words perfectly match the cross, and it was just cool. It was a neat little surprise. We were like, that was cool. Thank you.
And so what we're going to do now, and that's why I left this comment up, is once we get to those places, we're going to say our prayers right there and
Yeah.
cleanse that area. Put God right there and say, God, get these things out of our area. Push them out. Get them. This is God's area, so you can't be here any longer.
Yeah.
So we thought
Instead
about
of
that.
just praying before we start and praying after we get back.
Yeah.
And when I used to track by myself, I would do that all the time. But it was, for me at the time, I was more afraid. Like when I would get afraid, I would go around and do the prayer walk, and it always helped. But we want to do that
Yeah. And I was just going to say that
during the tracks.
before we went out into the night, into the darkness, to track these things back to their lair, their hunting blind, their big nest, that lead tracker, he had also had a prayer the day before of getting all that fear out of the way so that we do what we can do.
Yeah.
So that we do what we can do. And whenever we got back, she said, I didn't feel any fear out there or anything. And no one did. Everybody's like,
right.
It's kind of like we're all just, we're taken care of. We're taken care of. We're protected. And you feel that when you're out there. You don't feel, even though you hear things and you know something's right there. Let me keep my mouth the same way.
We're laughing at how he
stopped. Look, it glitched again. I don't know if that makes it glitch. But Christian C. Pratt is here. Saludos, Christian. Everybody saying hello to Christian. Christian saying hello to everybody. Guess who's here?
Jazzy and Holly are here.
Jazzy. Oh, my goodness. See, we're having some technical difficulties. We just got kicked out on this one. At least this one's still up. Oh, goodness. So,
well, we hope we're going to be able to give you a tutorial. If the signal holds up, we will. Okay, where are we at?
We were getting close to lyrical jazz. Hey, there's Shade. So, let's see. A little further back. Okay, there's Christian saying hello. Everybody's saying hello back. And there we are.
Lyrical Jazzy. Lay it again.
Lyrical Jazzy. She says, "Oh my gosh, I'm late. I can always go back and watch." No. It's okay. We just did the introduction, and we're doing comments, and then we're going to go over. You haven't missed anything, so don't worry about that. Saying hello to everybody, but everybody's saying hello to Jazzy, of course. Everybody loves it when Jazzy's here in the room.
There's Cube laying down the law.
Cubenator.
Once the lesson starts, folks, we listen and no chatting, please. Yes, we do things a little differently on this channel, just so that the lessons that the conversations on the side don't distract from the lesson itself or the interview if we're having an interview.
Oh, Not Stars. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow, Not Stars. Awesome.
We appreciate you. And we're glad you're back safe from your
look trip. Who's here. The Shade.
Shade. Throwing shade.
I always say that. I always say the Shade. Whenever I say your name on there.
I think of it as throwing shade.
Throwing shade. I don't even know what that is. What
He's good at that. That's what he does.
It's kind of like blocking.
But in a very skillful. In a very skillful, funny manner.
First time I heard people say blast, like you putting me on blast, I was like, are you watching movies? Where did that come from? Is that a new thing? And it was from a movie, I think it's a gangster movie or something. I was saying, is that from a gangster movie? Well, I mean, it's about 5 years ago it came out or something, the word blast. And someone tried to use the word dust. like let's burn out or leave dust. I see now, like, what do y'all? Come on, guys. So Shade is here.
And we're glad.
Isla Wren, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
When we just got back from actually one long track, which of course we didn't charge for that, but we did use our gas and everything and food
We
and supplies
appreciate
and
you.
things. So we do appreciate everything that is shared. Let's see.
I think we got everybody
Cube
there.
Shade. Isla
Yeah.
Wren's got a heart right there.
Tracker Lorna, did we
What's-
say hi to her yet?
What's this on Shades? What is that? A fish? All right. But if not, we'll say again, but I think we did. Tracker Lorna. She's saying hello to everybody. Shade is here. Clapping, looks like. Is that
Yeah.
a clap?
I think so.
Okay.
It's a clap or a slap. We're not sure.
Uh-oh. Well, let me go. I'll go back right there.
No, Shade's a good guy.
Oh. And Isla Wren saying hello to everybody. Not Stars is people
Isla
get
Wren's-
mad
Or Fisher Spam is here
at
to learn.
sweet
We
potatoes.
love that. Night Star says, what people get mad at sweet potatoes? LOL, I'm expecting problems.
She said, I'm expecting
telling you.
problems.
I'll tell you what. No, they're yams.
They're,
No.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, they're sweet potatoes. No, they're a potato that's. I don't
They're
know.
carbs. It doesn't matter.
It's a plant. It doesn't matter. What is it? What?
Shade
They'll argue
says,
about everything.
this is my place of peace and solitude. Good energy.
Oh,
That you
good,
couldn't
good.
make us happier with a statement.
Lyrical Jazzy saying hello to Dave. Oh, Joseph Arcuri.
Hey, Joseph, how you doing? He
All
says,
right.
facts, thank you.
All right.
Always just a very supportive, encouraging person.
It
always
sure
learning.
is. Hey, everybody saying hello to Joseph. Hello, Joseph. Trackers are saying hello. Isla
Isla
Wren.
says that video was scary when it started to get dark.
Oh,
Man, there's so much more footage too. We have to go.
we
through.
haven't
Yeah,
even got into
Yeah.
the cliffs and the river. There's some
Oh, talking about that video. Oh,
And
okay.
there's
We've done
more-
a couple night ones lately.
dangerous areas that we have to go into just to know what's there. That'll be coming up soon. I hope we have extra trackers for that. But it's along a riverway that comes to a fort.
Amazing
It's
place.
amazing and beautiful, but there's so much
But high in
Yeah,
activity.
high activity there. So there's
And they want it cleared out. It's a native family that we met when we went to the. We had a vending booth at a native,
this is a different one that we got to do. Go ahead.
but they've got a family reunion coming up in the fall, and they need that land safe for all the kids and grandkids that'll be coming in.
Yeah, but I was actually talking about the cliff back here.
Oh,
the river.
okay, gotcha.
that area
gotcha.
over there
I thought you meant
is-
that bluff
is-
over there on the other one. Okay.
And then we got another track that we got to go to that's never been tracked, and it's got caves. from
That's
what we
exciting. We
understand.
just found their number today.
Just found it today, so we have to get with them, and we got to go and do that also. So, and these are dangerous areas. We don't want anybody doing what we're doing unless you're a tracker, unless you're trained to do something like this. The best hunters, the best survivalists, the best campers, the best hikers don't. Army Rangers, Special Forces, you don't know what you're doing out there.
It's just a different form of tracking.
I mean, you got to know about the translucents. You got to know about the shadows. You got to know about the translucents in the trees. You got to know about the small ones. You got to know about the watchers. You got to know about the decoys, West Side Killers.
That's another thing we see a lot on the. Once you know about the West Side Killers, left side, death side, blind side, all the attacks. Normally, that's a much dangerous side to approach from, is on the left.
They want to merge with your
And we
death
hear
side.
so many stories of exactly that happening, and we're listening. We're going, oh, they're saying, oh, I could hear it over on my left, pacing me on my left, pacing me on my left, and we're like, yeah, what we're telling you.
And they'll say that they felt fear on that side. Now, if it's
Yeah.
on the right side, they'll say, well, we knew it was there. It followed
That's
us
more
out.
likely a decoy.
Yeah,
That's the
it's a herd that wants to push you into the left side.
yeah. Let's see. Shade says, "Wow, that's genius, Jerry." Which genius thing did you do?
I don't know. Oh, maybe about the
He is
rocks
a
and the
genius.
stones.
What?
Maybe about the stones.
Oh,
maybe.
okay. Okay. And he says
Makes
perfect
sense.
sense. Yeah.
Uh,
He actually is a genius.
Fisher Friends says he is going
I'll
to
look
look
into it, friends. Good.
Oh, look who's here.
There's
What
Bob. Boy, he's been getting
happened?
some good film footage lately. Photos. He
Bob
says I
knows
got
what
the
he's
40
doing
foot
too.
one behind me in a selfie shot. All right, Bob.
Good job,
He's
Bob.
up there in big land.
Nat Star says like perfume.
Like perfume.
Mm. But everybody's saying, wow, good job, Bob. Yeah, Bob, you got some big ones up there. We got them here too, but more so in the Canadian, Alaskan area, you got those people got some big
It's funny
ones
to
up there.
say good job, Bob, because that's what I had always told my kids. Anytime they would do something, a good job, I would say, good job, Bob. And now I actually know a Bob to say that to.
Yeah. Now, what is this? What is a air
Permeable PA. What is that, JR?
How about carrying an air
Permeable.
You have to
I
explain that
don't know
one.
what that is.
Like
There's Las Aventuras.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Ustedes todo bien esta noche? Noche.
Wonderful cooks, wonderful
Sí,
people,
muy-
wonderful videographers.
Muy rico comida.
And great trackers.
Sí, muy bien trackers.
They're when they need a support team for something they're doing, we like to go with them. And when we need one for what we did last night, we're very happy that they came and did that with us.
And if there's other trackers, do we have any? I don't think we really do have in Oklahoma, really. Besides,
No, when War Chief gets ready, though.
hey, War Chief, when you're ready, get down
We're
here.
gonna go in the Broken Bow area.
And because we know some areas that we need to track, we know the ways. So when you get a chance, well, with the reason, with the family, and
Yeah.
within reason.
Okay. Night Star says, "Come and take it." That's
Come and
right.
take it. That's right. Whatever that means, but still.
That's basically the gist of that song, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh, we like that song. It's
For so many reasons, so many layers.
But it's different if you listen to the entire version because there's bad words in there. We cut that out. We didn't want that part. And theirs is more of like young people coming in and being criminal activity and hurting other people. But we see the video as that the young ones are coming in and that we're stepping back. You're like, we would rather teach and train you and show you, physically show you and teach you what's out there.
So you can teach and train.
So you can teach. So when it says young ones coming in and others stepping back, we looked at it like we're teaching and we're helping the younger ones to learn, to know what's there. We'll take you right to it. We'll show you how to track. We'll tell you where to find these things. But we want to just teach now because we've been in the field for so long. We're still going to be in the field. Trust us, we're going to be there. There's too many people that.
But we don't just go out there for fun. We do enjoy nature. Absolutely love it. Couldn't keep either one of us out of the woods. But we don't just go looking for predators for fun. That's not our idea of.
I would rather be fishing.
Although we have fun no matter what we do,
yeah.
It's not our best idea of a good time.
Yeah, I'd rather be cooking out and relaxing at the lake and
in a safe area.
In a safe area.
But we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah. And hola, Jose Antonio Marquez.
Glad you're here.
Fisher Spam
says, LOL, trust me, I'm not trying to befriend anything. I've been waging war for a while now. They're not my friends. Yeah, you're absolutely
So right. Is there anything you need to tell us?
Yeah.
Anything we need to talk about?
Yeah. Get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we may need to have a longer talk.
Yeah. And we are here. We have, and we can't answer those. And if you have that book, those.
Yeah.
A lot of questions are in there.
JR says air permeable pouch of gunpowder so PBF can smell it, which I'm pretty sure they can smell.
Yeah, I would
and everything anyway.
But. Yeah, I would even sprinkle around the yard on some trees to just let them know.
Sure.
There's guns
I also
here.
hate the smell of bleach.
Yep.
You can sprinkle that around your trash areas, which hopefully you don't have trash areas outside. But
and we also talked about how at nighttime where your vent is that goes outside from where you're cooking and all that vent goes out, clean that vent out and get a regular cloth, dip it in Clorox, and put it up in that vent and put some aluminum foil and tape it up. Now make sure you take it out before you cook or turn it back on. But that vent, those Bigfoots come up almost every night and smell what you taste like. And we've done this before, so once they get a big whiff of that Clorox, you're going to hear that. You're going to hear that snort because they just got a whiff of pure Clorox, and they will snort it out, and it sounds like 100 bulls snorting outside your house. You'll hear it. They will also do that if you periodically put a mirror that fits your window. Put a mirror up there periodically, because when they come in and see their own eyes and their own face, they'll jump back.
Like to see that.
And they will snort also. You'll hear that snort also. Tracker Lorna says, hello to De Jose y Tanya Marquez, Las Adventuras. See?
You know what else? Tanya is a very good teacher of Spanish.
She is. She's a great teacher.
Great
at everything.
teacher. Yeah.
Alarin says they fear exposure, as they sure do.
As the book says.
They
perfect.
Perfect. Thank you, Alarin. Fisher Spam. Good call, Isla. They most certainly don't like to be confronted.
That's right.
Yeah. Not Star says,
this is what we pray.
This is what we pray. Yeah, we pray for safety. We pray that we find what we need to find and help other people. Tracker Lorna from Jose and Tanya. War Chief is saying hello to Jose and Tanya. Lyrical Jazzy says, I guess I'm right on time then. And hello to Christian. And then she laughs about it.
JR says it's Jerry's shirt causing the glitch. The live stream doesn't know whether to make hearts or balloons or fireworks. Does it do it? Or is it only on StreamYard?
There we go. There we go. Jody's here.
Jody,
oh,
thank you, Jody.
And if you heard what we was talking about, Jody, this amount goes on to the next month. But we already got plans for that money that you sent.
Appreciate you.
And we do appreciate it. We've got ideas. If we can get an extra phone,
yeah,
we'll be up with a drone soon.
And with better footage, better film quality.
CT.
Oh, thank you so
CT.
much.
CT just
such a hard worker.
Oh, CT.
You worked hard for that money. We appreciate you,
Such a
CT.
great person. Everyone.
You do so much. Everyone, yeah.
Everybody's thanking CT. CT, say
War
hello
Chief,
to War Chief.
Hope your family situation is,
yeah.
Your family members doing much better.
Yes.
Just want you to know we're thinking over. CT says, thank you everyone for being here, supporting each other. War Chief says, pace yourself, CT. Yeah.
She does a lot of work. Every time we talk to her, she's doing work. She translated the book for us, which Jose and Tanya are going over the details.
Second.
So
review.
Once Jose and Tanya's done, that book is going to be out to our
in Spanish. We're excited about that.
And a lot of people are waiting on it.
Man.
A lot of Spanish people say when it comes out.
They need it. Yeah. Lyrical Jazzy says, I got about 15 minutes and I have to get ready for school because guess what? I got my stitches out today.
All right.
Everything is looking super, super good. All right.
Good job. All
right. Well, you'll be able to come back and watch this later when you get the opportunity. Mm-hmm. And Lyrical Jazzy is also, she's got some skills on the computer.
Ooh, Lyrical Jazzy, she's going to be one to watch. So,
Tracker Lorna says, awesome, Jazzy. Okay,
and good night. Not Star says, y'all hear that, Cube? Bleach. Laugh out loud. Y'all's. Tracker Lorna says, hi, Jody. Oh, Jody, thank you.
Jody, did you mean to do that?
We want We don't want to take too
We
much.
want to
from
make sure
anybody.
that you meant to do that.
And
That wasn't a
we-
typo.
But thank you.
So thank you in either way. Thank you.
And that means that we could get a little bit more stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all for things that we need. It's not, we don't use it for any.
Yeah,
Crazy
nothing
stuff.
frivolous. We take care of ourselves.
Yeah. And
Um,
we eat right too.
Lyrical Jazzy says, I sure will watch it. Good. JR says, I can make a bromine cloud for the Bigfoot, much stronger than Clorox. JR, I think JR's got chemistry set.
I think so too.
We're going to have to go visit you someday, JR.
We gotta go see what you got over
but
there.
we want to.
Be like
We'll
a-
alert you first so we can avoid all the booby traps.
And we'll
we're
get our-
pretty certain that you have surrounding here.
We'll get our white coats and our gloves and we'll come visit. And see what's
Yeah. Yeah, a font of knowledge, JR is
Mhm.
truly. War Chief says, my sister's back home and recuperating. Wonderful.
Well, he's a strong prayer warrior. That's why. If when War Chief shows up, people are gonna go home.
Yeah, I got chills.
People are gonna go home when War Chief shows up. And
Yeah.
that's I like that.
It's
Just
it's
saying
happened more than once. We've
that. When
watched.
War Chief shows up, people are gonna go home.
Yeah.
Either way. Either way. Either you're gonna go
And
home
why
safe or
is
you're gonna hit the
War
road.
Fisher of Spam says, I mean, I can send y'all an email if you just want to know specifically about me. But honestly, I'm here to learn. I'm happy to tell my story if it helps even just one person. Okay. Either way, we just want to make sure you're not in any immediate danger. If you know, that's
Yeah.
what, you know, so, and we're glad you're here. And yeah, you're hearing all the information you need. Jody says, drone it up and
Okay.
coffee too.
Okay, so we're gonna use that amount right there is enough for us to get that foam. So we're gonna be droned up pretty soon. In May, so middle of June, as soon as that pops in, we're
Oh,
gonna
wow.
get that.
You know what else? That means more room for recording too.
Yeah, but that also means that's gonna keep us safer. Because if we can get
We
that
can go
drone up
ahead.
and circle everything and look before we
Yeah.
even get out there, we're gonna be 100 times safer. So thank you, Jody. That is so awesome.
God bless you.
Lyrical Jazzy says, JR, the mad scientist.
Oh, sure. Her wheels are turning. Her wheels are turning for
So,
the, for
Lyrical
the
Jazzy,
characters.
remember what we talked about
Yeah.
in the tracking private meeting?
Yeah.
You got a mad
She's
scientist
already
right
on
here,
her-
but
she's already got her.
he's not a mad scientist. He's a
All the best people are
great
mad, darling.
scientist. He's a great scientist. What was that?
That's Alice in Wonderland.
Oh,
All the best ones are mad. I'm misquoting, but that's what it was about.
hey, okay, he's the wizard. Look at that.
JR is a Christian wizard.
The Christian wizard. He
JR
says,
says mostly just mad, but not angry.
there you go.
I get it. War Chief says, which one of y'all is going to get the pilot's license?
I know how to work it real well. I don't.
Just reminds me of.
Nobody needs a pilot
This
license.
reminds me of a clip that I saw of a guy that I still don't know if he's a plant or what the deal is, but he's basically trying to discourage anyone of even bothering to do anything unless they can afford this. What was a ridiculous price on the drone? Thousands and thousands. And you had to have a trained
Train.
pilot that you had to
pilot.
pay to fly it, and you'd have to pay him to come there.
No.
He could tell you
That's-
like that if you got paid for it. Are you kidding me?
They couldn't tell you
And
if
these are the kind of people that are out there calling other people frauds.
these
Please.
people.
Okay. In other words, if you can't get absolutely perfect footage, then just don't even bother.
Just
don't
don't
bother. That
even
sounds like
bother.
That
Yeah.
sounds like somebody just trying to dissuade people from.
But just remember. Oh, and what she said, he was joking about that. Yeah, and we are too. But there's other people that will try to scam you and things like that. All we needed was the phone to get ours up, and we'll bring all that footage to you for free. It's not like, well,
yeah.
Jody will help.
Yeah,
do
for-
that. Jody has.
Yeah,
helped
because
do
of
that.
Jody.
Because of Jody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not free. Jody is going to help bring you the drone footage,
Y'all know what he meant.
and that's Jody. That's when you see the drone footage. That's because of Jody.
Yeah,
That's not because of
yeah.
because
Well,
we
we
haven't.
sure could have used that in the,
Oh
several
yeah,
times.
yeah. A lot of times we could use it. Okay, I think
Okay.
that's it.
We're caught up.
So everyone has your
I've been clapping a lot today. It must be the party clothes.
maybe party
Must be the
clothes.
vacation clothes. Okay. What is that going to do? Nothing. Has that ever done anything? Okay. The people that aren't in our classroom won't even get any of that.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about it. So I guess that was just for the class. Okay, so now that we're going to go over a couple of things that we want to also show you that with StreamYard, even though StreamYard is free and you only have to pay for if you want more of the gadgets, more of like some of the things that we're going to show you. We would use it as being free, but like here, you know, you get you can put in a like a what is it called, like an emblem kind of thing or a brand name kind of thing up there. You can also put it on your screen right here or right over here, or you can put your brand up here so that nobody copies your work. You can do that also. But for right now, we're going to give you the basics and we're going to show you what you can do with it. And we hope this helps you so that you can make your own videos. And if you're a tracker that if you want to show us a 2-minute clip of what you're doing or all those photos that you've been taking, those 100 photos, you can put it down, collapse it into a 2-minute video. You can also make a music video with it if you like. Or you can do a voiceover and send it to us also. And this will help the entire class. Not class, I'm sorry. We're done with class until our next one. But this is for the trackers, for the tracking team. So, yeah, the watermark. You are correct. Lyrical Jazzy.
We need to get those on all our videos.
Yeah, we need to watermark everything. Watermark. Okay. She said I made a watermark for my mom's video.
Jazzy.
Good job, Jazzy. And Jazzy, she, like we said, this amazing young
She's going to
person.
be an author. She's going to be an amazing
What
individual.
can she not do?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's another thing, because people were saying, you know, where's this information come from? Where did you find this and all this? And that's a whole long story. But it's just having different teachers. It's having, if you're in a public school system, the whole class is going to know exactly what they're. But if one or two go out here and learn from this teacher, learn from this teacher, learn from this teacher, and come back, this individual is going to have more than that entire class. So it's just finding other teachers to and teachers that you trust to help you with the correct information.
Yeah.
But can you do this for the real?
Sure. Okay.
And then I'm going to set up the.
What am I doing?
Just talking, I guess.
Okay. Okay, I have I'm going to read a message here real quick from someone that left a message on our video earlier today. And just in case she's listening, I want to respond to it. This is for you, Lojo62. She came in on the a video on the Lead Tracker E channel. I think let's see which channel it was on. Yeah, it was on the Lead Tracker E channel, and it's called Track Back the Predator Bigfoot. It's a shorter video. It's just a 5-minute video with the song. And she had put "Bless Your Hearts." And I asked her, is that a genuine bless your heart? Like, you know, is that sincerely, or is it in more of the, you know, like a Southern sassy women will say, oh, bless your heart, when they really don't mean bless your heart. They just mean you're stupid. But she did answer. And she says, I did live in North Carolina for 23 years, but I mean, bless your hearts for having the courage to go in there. I love good people, honest, truthful people. I now live in southern New England, 1 mile from the Kansas border. Oh, I'm sorry, southern Nebraska, 1 mile from the Kansas border. My sister and brother live here. So, Lojo, if you're out there, uh,
Lojo.
thank you for that information, and thank you for understanding why I was asking. And I appreciate
I've
you.
heard that name before.
Good to hear. Yeah. He said that he'd heard it, but it had just been a while. So anyway, we're very glad you're here, and hopefully you're listening tonight too.
Okay, so we're gonna turn this video around, and we're gonna try to get you the best view.
Judy just joined us. Hey, Judy.
Hey, Judy. Let me see. And Judy, have you taken care of those gutters? We have it here, so we haven't had a chance, and I'm sure you probably haven't either. But
How can I help?
hold this right now. I got to set this up, so I'm gonna go.
Should I move those boards down?
I think I'm gonna be able to just focus on this. So I'm gonna put this one down, and I've already downloaded Shotcut, so it's already in my system. But that's the first thing you do. But the second thing is your camera work. If wide view will get you the whole entire thing, this will get you vertical. This will get you height. This will get you horizon. But in your horizon, your trees are going to be small too, so you're losing your depth perception. So, but if you have it up, and most times YouTube will only let you do up. But if you're recording, always try to have the same frame. It's easier to put clips in if they're all the same size. Like us, we have to use a GoPro, which we bought. Couldn't take. This is the Hero 4 Black, I think. Now they have the Hero 95 or something, Hero 2000. But it goes up, Hero 5, Hero 6, Hero 7, Hero 8. So this is an older model, but it still works really good. So we use that. We also take night vision. And that's a cheap brand. We talked about that in the tracker course. And we also have, but we didn't do it on this video because we were looking for our thermal and we couldn't find it.
And Jose, don't forget that when you use the night vision, you can also record what you're looking.
The right button is record, left is for night vision. I mean, because you can use these binoculars as a regular binocular and keep your eyes up very close. Hold this very still. Keep it as still as possible because any little shaking will throw it off. You do have a stabilizer in your video editing, but the stabilizer is they're not the very best. So the very best that you can do on your recording as still as possible. And even when you pan, keep it as still and level as possible to get the best recording. So you have your camera, you have your GoPro, and we're going to mix a couple of these, and we're going to show you how to push them all together. We're going to show you a final product, and
I'm going to go refill our cups.
all the little doodads. So I'm going to, while she does that, I'm going to set this up. It's only going to take a second. And actually, let me go ahead and turn it around so I can get this done so you can see the whole process. Okay. We're going to. All right. Let me get this. And I'm going to put this on the big screen. I'm going to make the screen bigger so I can see exactly what I'm at. Let's see. All right, so I actually better. All right, so that looks good. I want to make sure that everyone. And can you do the chats on your phone?
Sure.
Okay. So we're gonna do the chats on the phone. If you have any comments or questions while we're going over this, we can do that. But I'm going to make this one a big screen so I can see what I'm doing here. Now this is a small computer, and you can use this small computer. I'm going to move that light from the back. And that light right there is what we use to, it's a new lighting system. It's a big light, but it takes out the major glares. Let me get this right here. So I want to get this to kind of, are you good with that over there? Okay, can everybody see? I hope everybody can see because I got the big screen on. So what I'm going to do now, maybe you can see my cursor. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to move down because I want to open this up. And once you download it, it's going to be in like your start button files. It's going to be in your oh, good. It's going to be in your suggested app areas. So just scroll down till you find your shortcut. And we're going to do CapCut on your iPhone in just a second. But right now, we are going to go to Shortcut. Can you see that? Shortcut right here. Because I've already got it downloaded. So all we're going to do is just go find it. And we're going to click onto it. And just give it a second. Shortcut will load. And it's a very easy tutorial. So nothing's hard about this. Everything's easy. Even though the screen may look a little complicated. Let me see if I can. Okay. I'm also going to take maybe I just push it up a little bit. Let me see if I can get that off of the actually it wouldn't be here. I'm trying to get that name thing off. So give me 1 second. I want to try to get that name thing off so you can see the entire. And I'm going to take that banner off also. But thank y'all for the support. But I need the room to show everybody. And I need to get that name. I'll just move the screen up because I don't know if I can do that without closing it or going back. Let's see. I don't want to close out. So we're going to get back to the tutorial. That should be able to cover everything. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do once you open this up is this is your project name. This is the first thing you do. We're going to put whatever name you want to name your project. Let me get this real fast. So up here, I'm just going to put, I'll put, so I don't mess it up, just come over here and with your cursor, click right there on the project name. This is a new project. And you can also go back if you have old projects, you can come back. This is the one that we just did, tracking back to the predator's nest. This is the orbs. We're going to also be covering that also on night vision and how to do that, because a lot of your videos you may not want the conversation that's in there, and like night vision, some of them don't record sound. They only record the night vision. So you may want to put a voiceover over that, and we'll show you how to do that also. Or if you want to put music to that, and we'll also show you that also. So now we're going to come up to Shotcut into the new project, and we're going to make a video. So I'm going to name this Night Walk with Orbs. And hopefully everybody can see that. Night Walk with Orbs. All right. All right. It's good. Perfect. This is good. I like this. So now we've named it. So we're going to go ahead and start. And this is good. Then we'll get to all this. First thing is go to your project name. Put what you're going to name your project. These are old projects. If you ever want to go back to them, you just double click on it. And this will pop up every time you X out and you save it. These will show up again in your recent history, your recent projects. So we're coming here. We've named it. And always, I mean, you don't have to, but 1080p, 24 frames per second. Every camera, the best one is 24 frames per second. Of course, you have HD and all that, but just stick with the basic while you're learning this right now. And the HD is a great one with 24 frames per second. That's in every camera. It's the best frames to be using. 1080p is very good quality, so use that. So now we're going to go ahead and start. So we're going to click start right here. This is going to give us a big screen here. And also, hopefully we can see this. I'm going to push it down just a little bit. So we're going to come over here to the playlist. This little button right here. It says playlist, filters, properties, export. And we'll get to those in just a minute. But right now, we're working on the playlist. And we're going to click on the playlist. We're going to come right here. We're going to click on the playlist. This is going to open up where we're going to put all of our videos that we're going to make our video with. So right here at the very top, it's called Open File. Let me push it down again. Thank you for bearing with us here. So now we want to go up to the open file. We want to put some videos in here or photos that we're going to drop to this screen down here and work with. Let me see if I can back this up, give it more. I want to make it close enough so that you can see it, but far enough to cover everything. Let me see if this light, I want to either turn it or.
I can help.
Okay, it's good. That worked right there. Thank you, though. All right. Right there. So that took that glare out. So now we're going to come up here. We're going to add in your open file, we're going to add some clips. Now, I don't know what I'm going to open, but now this is going to open up your files, desktop, downloads, documents, pictures, media. You may have an SD card in there. That'll show up down here. But for right now, I have all of mine stored in documents. And once you, now you can use your from your phone, from your GoPro, your night vision, all of your little SD cards and everything. Make sure that you have a card reader for your home computer. You don't need this for a shortcut. I mean, for a CapCut on your iPhone. But use the card reader because all the film that you took from your phone or your Night Vision or your GoPro is on here. So we're going to put that in here. Just like that, into the side, and we're going to put that into our computer, which I already have, and it's in my documents. So I'm going to go to the documents. I'm going to scroll up, and you can do what your downloads, whatever you've downloaded, especially if, also, this is the easiest way to do it because it goes right to your computer. But if you got footage on your phone, you can also send it to yourself in Messenger or through an email and get it into your computer, and you can download it from Messenger. It'll download right onto your computer, and it will go right into your downloads. Double click on those and write down the title of what you want so that you know what it is. But right now, we're going to be working with our documents because I've already stored some video in documents. So we're going to click on that. And this is like if I went to desktop, it would give me different, like a clip signs, home, different things. Our downloads will be different. But I have all of mine stored in documents. So we're going to go to documents. Now, some of our recent stuff I'm going to go through. And all of these we're just going to pick a couple because you will have different things. And also remember, you're giving someone information. And this is important on what you're doing. It's just like a story. It's just like writing a story. It's just like writing a book. It's in film, it would be called a storyboard. You would have different scenes of what you want and how they're going to be. But let me just get us a photo here. I'm gonna pick this one. And you don't have to just pick one. You can pick 2 or 3, but try not to download all of them because sometimes your computer won't handle it. They'll kick it out. So we will pick, let's say 2 of these. Oh, actually, let's do 3 of these because I'm going to include that one. So once we highlight them, come down to your open, click open, and it will load right here. So now that we got, see, this is playing. It's going to play that first one. So what we're going to do then is come up here to our open file again. Oh, actually, we're going to come up to the file, which is at the very top. Because whenever possible, save, 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 save your project. Because if anything goes down, you lose everything. So, but if you save, come up and start saving right away, this will save whatever you've got already stored. So you'll never lose it. It'll always be there. Also, before you start, I forgot to say, but before you start, once you put your videos into your computer, you have to save into your computer. If you're just using this, you can use this also. You can plug it in. You can use whatever's on your video. But if you was to ever pull this out, you would lose everything because it's not downloaded in your computer. It's all on here. If you download on the computer, you don't need this anymore. But if you don't, you want to do a quick project, you have to keep this in until you export it, until you're finished. Otherwise, if you pull this out, you lose everything. So download whenever possible so that it doesn't matter. It's always going to be on your computer. It's always going to be here. But if this is pulled out, even on accident, everything you work for is gone. So I want to do a couple of more. Let's see what we got here. All good videos. I want to use some of the, I'm going to do 2 of these. And I'm going to okay that. That's what I want. It's in documents. I'm going to put this into our video projects. I'm going to open it up, which now is going to send everything to here. So next thing I'm going to do is come up here and save my project. I don't want anything to disappear or not be used. So now if you download 2 or even if you download 1, it's going to show you what you've got in here. Now, this is called a drop and drag. You can grab this video right here and just click on it and pull it down into your this is where all your keyframes go, and they're called shots and clips. This may be one video, but this is also one shot or one clip that we're going to be pulling down and mixing with these others. But right now, we're going to go back up to the top video, to the first one that we're going to use. And we're going to double click because we want to see what's going on here. We want to see what we can use, because we're not going to use the entire video of any video that you take. You're not going to be using the entire video. And I'm going to talk a little quieter because it sounds like I'm yelling. And I think you can hear even if I talk like this. And that's for the tracking class course. I'm trying to turn my volume down, and I hope it's better. Okay, so as you can see in this video here, this is actually a car. It's on top of a mountain where Bigfoots were, and as soon as we parked, this entire fog moved in on us. And so we thought it'd be a cool video if we look like we're coming out of the light, like right here. These are friends and people that I knew in the past. So we don't need the entire film. Now this is a quick way to just get what you need. Now this little arrow here and this little arrow here will let you come in and just pick however much that you want to use. Of course, you can always come up here, click on it, make sure it's blue, pull it all the way down, and we're going to drop it in our production line right here. And see, that just took off. Oh, sorry. And so this just took off like that. So we've got the entire clip of this. But that's one way. You can drop it down and you can start. Once you drop it down, you can start using your arrow to go to whatever places that you want to cut and keep. Because I just want like 1 or 2 people coming out. And it looks cool like that. So I'm just going to pull 1 or 2. Kind of like that. Just kind of showing that they're coming out. And with this button right here, you can go real picky. You can go, and this will move this really slow. Depends on how slow you move. Move it real slow. You get just up to where you need it. And I want it just about where that light is covering that third person. So I don't want that third person really seen. I only want a male and a female. So I'm going to stop it right there where you really don't see that person. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over to our split button right here. It's two connectors with a little split in the middle of it. And this is our split button right here. If everybody good. And this is on Shotcut. You'll know it. It looks like it's got a split between like two squares side by side, but there's a divider, and those squares are cut in half. It's just like it's like the capital I, except it's got a split in the middle, and that splits your films. So this is where I want it. So I'm gonna highlight and make sure you click on whatever clip that you're working on. Make sure you highlight it. So click onto it and it will turn it blue. We'll show you a difference in just a second. Now this is all I want. So I want to come over here and cut that section that I want. And so I don't need the rest of it. So I'm going to go ahead and see how if I click on this one, it highlights. If I click on this one, it highlights. We want to highlight what we're working on or what we're going to get rid of. So I don't need this. So I'm going to come over here and actually use your right click on your computer for Shotcut. We're going to right click, and that's going to pull up a list of to cut, to copy, remove, split at this playhead, or more options. And you really don't need any more options right now. But what we're going to do is we don't need this. So we're going to click on here and then right click. Oh. Then we're going to right click. Hold on. We're going to right click to remove this. We're going to remove that because we don't want it. We only want basically this part. Right about here is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to back this up to about right there. And I still don't need this entire area. I only want this little clip part. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go up to the split. I'm going to click on the split. And then, so I want this, but I don't want this. So I'm going to come over here and highlight it, right click, and remove that. So now we've only got this little section that we want to work with. Okay, see, that was still a little far. And you're going to, sorry, you're going to get nitpicky with a lot of things. So right now, I just want two people coming out. 1, 2. So I need to back it up just a smidgen because there's a third right there. We don't want that third. We just want 2. So just a little section back. And now we're going to come up here and split it. And we're going to come right here, highlight it, right click, and remove it. And I always go back and look at what you're trying to get. So I want 2 people coming out of that light. Okay, so we got that. So now always when you get a chance, and especially when you first start, save, and it will render for a minute or 20 seconds. Now we're going to go to another, and since that was a dark one, I don't think I'm going to use these light colored ones. Since it's dark, I'm going to go ahead and skip over and pull this one down, and we're going to insert it. Just pull down and drop it, drag and drop. But also, let me show you again. I'm going to take this, I'm going to remove this. Okay, I changed my mind. So now what I want to do is I want to double click up here, because you can do this with all of your, this was one way to drop it and to cut it here. Here's another way. Double click. And remember, this line right here will push in. This line will push in. And you can just use that little clip of whatever you want. Touch the screen, click on it, and pull it down. That's another way. Or you can pull down the whole thing and cut it up here. So say I only want a little bit of this video. Let me see where it's at. Let's see what we got here. That's some of Jose's Night Vision that he's using. Let's see where they're going. Okay, so I'm gonna use just, and whenever you're cutting film, you always want to leave a little section, because it's going to be a transition, and we need a little bit to transition. So always leave a little bit in your shots to have the transition, to have the next scene that's going to come up. You want to have just a little bit. So I like the part where we're crossing over. So I'm going to pause it right there. Is there anything else over here that I want to use? A lot of good footage, and you can have all of hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage, which I don't recommend. I would say just get, a couple of hours, because this entire clip, we're only going to use a little bit of it. So you can, and when you're recording, if you can do 2-minute recordings, 3-minute recordings, even, but if you have to, like a GoPro, let it run, because it's going to catch things that you're not aware of. So some of those things let run, but when you're recording with a phone, if you can get 1 or 2 minutes, it's easier to cut up. It's easier to work with than having to go through an hour clip to find what you want.
Cube says, and safe.
And safe.
Save.
Oh, and save. Yeah, and save. Everything. Save. So we're going to come back up here, because we just want to get that first part. Oh, not that one. We just want to get from here to maybe about right here for right now. And always clip a little bit more than what you need. Don't clip right where you want to do it, because once you do the transition, you still have to have a little bit for the transition on that side and this side. So this is all that we're going to use of this entire clip. Now, we do have this option to push it down and to drag it and drop it. That's the first way. I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to remove that. Or if you want to do your editing right here, double click, and this will show here. Double click, double click, double click. It'll all go here. So now we're double clicking. So now we're seeing what we're going to be editing. Now we already know what we want. So I'm going to come out here. I'm going to mark where I want, and I want it to where Jose is looking into the wood line before we cross over, because I want that crossing over right there. I want that part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this up to where I want it, approximate right there. I always have a little extra give. So you can push this line in and this line in, and it will edit this for you. And then we're going to do a drag, click on it, and a drop. This is another way to do it. Either way helps you out. So let's grab this arrow here. We're going to pull it in, and this is going to cut the video for us. We want that crossing, and we're going to give ourselves a little leadway. So I'm going to leave about right there. Oh, about right there with the lead over. Now I'm going to come to the other side and do the same thing with this side, except I'm going to come all the way back because I only want with us crossing and with a little bit of light, and I'm leaving a little bit of extra there. A little bit of extra. This is not what I want, but I'm leaving a little bit extra so I can cut it up a little bit more because it's tedious. You're going to get more tedious as this goes on. So since we clipped it right here, this entire video, if I put it down here, it's the entire video. But if I double click and edit here, all I'm going to do is come up here, click on here, and pull this section down. Now this will only give us what we edited. So I'm clicking on it, and I'm going to pull it down. You see I got it? I'm pulling it down, and I'm going to drop it right there. Now we're going to go look at what we... Uh-oh. That didn't work right. Oh, maybe it did. Yeah, it did. Sorry. So now we're pulling it down. Now we want to see, now we want to look at what we just recorded or just copied. So there we are. There's that front part. Now here's the crossing. So now that is about all that we want right there. So now that we cropped it down to a little, now we're going to get a little bit more tedious and a little more tedious. So right now, we want to highlight. We want to make sure it's highlighted. Every time we work on a shot or a clip, we're going to highlight. So we're highlighting there. Where this line is here, this is where your split head is. We're going to come over and split that. And you can see we split it because here's one highlighted and here's the other highlighted. But we don't need that second part. So we're going to right click and remove that. And we're going to get to transitions and everything in just a second. So now I know this has got some good video, so I want to put this at the ending. So I'm going to go grab another one. I clicked on it and I'm dragging it all the way. Oh, hold on. Didn't have enough room. So I'm going to bring it down here and I'm going to drop it in our work area. And you can, now, these buttons right here, this is a toggle snap and this is a, it's called a ripple and trim and drop. I recommend these buttons be on at all times. This is like a magnet here, and this is the ripple and drop. That means this one, and this one will all move together. This magnet right here is to help you, because a lot of times if you're doing it manually, it's hard to get this line right next to the other line, because sometimes you may even put like a little space accidentally, that's going to show up on your film. But with the toggle snap and the ripple, every one of these are going to move. Well, all the ones in the back, besides the front one, is going to move. So if I like all these 3 clips, which I do, and I haven't edited that last one, I can still move them all over because they're going to snap together. These right here are going to snap together, so you don't have to try to figure it out or try to get it perfect. These will snap. You can do this, whatever. They're going to snap together. And they're going to pull everything else together. Now, if you, let's see, we're going to have some over here that okay, I think I'll keep from about right here. So I'm going to highlight. I'm going to come over here and split it. And once you split it, make sure you highlight what you're going to get rid of. Now, if you have your toggle snap and your ripple, once you get rid of this, they're all going to slide in place. So I'm going to remove that and see how everything pulled over. Now, this is not a transition yet. It's still 2 different clips. We haven't pulled them together. But right now, we want to get the little pieces that we want out of this. And actually, I kind of like that when Jose was starting his walk. So, and when you're transitioning, you want to have people in motion. You don't want them standing and then taking a step, because it shows that it looks a little like scripted. Keep it in a motion of moving. So we're looking at Jose. We want Jose to be walking. I mean, of course, we have it here to where he stops. Now he walks. Whoops. Now he walks. But we don't want that standing. We want Jose walking. So we're going to wait until he takes the step. And we're going very tedious with this. What's it called? I forgot what it's called, but we're being very tedious. We're going over real slow. See how Jose's starting to move right here. That's what we want. So now we're going to highlight this. We're going to come back over and split again, and we're going to take this out. We don't want it. So now we got this video, and we got the next one coming up of Jose moving right there. That's what we want. And this is Jose explaining the blind. And you may want to show a little bit more detail like that. And then it shows Jose about to, well, we want, now he's looking up, but we want it to look like Jose is, he found it, now he's about to leave. So that movement right there is enough. So we're going to come over here, we're going to highlight it, we're going to come up here and split it, and then we're going to come over here and save it, because we don't want to lose any of this. So now that we got that part, there's a couple more parts in this that we want, but this one is more so in the very back of that footage. So I'm just scrolling over. I'm just using this. I'm scrolling over. Or you can come down here and grab this bar and go further and quicker.
or you can use your playhead and come over and use it. Also, you could use it that way and scoot over, just moving that. Or you can use this at the bottom to get further back, because we want what's in the back of the video. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we're going to save some of that too. So we're going to use that at the very end. We're going to save that. And we're not going to use all that, but we're going to save it for right now. So we're going to split that. That area is what we're going to save for later. But we're also needing a little bit more footage, so we're going to go back in and we want some of this footage of this big blind that we are looking at right now. So I don't know where I'm at now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight it. I'm going to split it. Now I know that this first section I don't need. So I'm going to go back to make sure I've got that one part clipped off. Okay, so this is the part that we're saving. This whole middle part, this 30 minutes, we don't want. I mean, we do, but not for this. So we're going to highlight it, and we are going to right click and get our list to come up, and we're going to remove that. We don't want that. So right now, we're going to clip this end part off because we know we don't want that. So we're coming over, we're going to highlight the entire thing. We're going to come up and push our split. And now we're going to come over and remove that. So now we got kind of like our basics of what we want in here. But we don't want to make a long video. So I think, hey, Jose looks good right there, all lit up. Let's see, there's... And also, in your transitions, you can help your transitions by catching the movement. See, like Jose he's right here, but we want to use that movement. We want to see him going, and this will help our transition. So if we don't really need that part, and we want the next part, that movement will help us. So we can go from here and catch it in that blur area. That blur will help you also in your transition. So we're going to leave just a little blur right there. Now we're going to highlight again, and we're going to split it. And we don't need the first section of this. So we're going to highlight that. We're going to come over here, and we're going to right click and remove this also. So now we have, and always go back and kind of look at what you're wanting to show. Make sure everything is kind of where you want it, okay? And you don't want too much. You don't want it to just, unless you want to show everything like with a GoPro. But here we're just kind of showing this of what Jose is showing. And then it'll jump to the next clip. You can see a little jump, a little bloop, a little jump right there. And so now we got Jose lit up bright like that. That's me in the back, Lee Tracker E on the other side. So we want this and this and this for sure. And then I think we're going to stop it right there, right in here. And so we're trying not to get Jose in this shot. So we're going to come back to our playhead, and we're going to be very tedious, and we're going to back it up just a little bit right there. Now we're going to also go back. We're going to highlight it. We're going to come back here and split it again. And we're going to get rid of all that right there. It's good video, but we don't need it for right now. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to remove that. So now we have Tanya here. And we're going to get the, okay, we have Jose and Tanya here. And we're going to use just what we need. So there I am. There's a fairy. If you see that, that's a fairy. See the legs? That's the body. But also they have the parasites that are like that. And see how it came down and circled back? So we're going to keep that in there. And this is just me. We're saying goodbye. And right where I fade out and come back to Tanya is a good place to stop. And you don't have to get this perfect because it's a transition that we're going to be doing. So, and I don't need the whole conversation. So I'm going to come here and split it. And what I want to do now is get the best transition for Jose and Tanya. I mean, Tanya and Lead Tracker E. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to come over here and split it. So I don't need that middle section. So I'm going to take that out. That's going to pull that closer to where I am. And now, and you see how the two clips came together, but it jumped. So we want to get these two clips to look like they're falling into each other. So we're going to back it up and we're going to catch that little blur. See, we can stop right here because the next one is in focus. So I'm going to go ahead and split that. It's very tedious work. Oh, click on that little section, that little bitty section. Highlight what you're going to get rid of. Always highlight. So now we're going to take this one out. It's a little piece. And we're going to see where we're at. And I'm just using this little section. I want to see the transition. Okay, so it's blurry to clear. So let's get a little bit more clear and catch that turn. We're going to catch the turn. So we're going to use that blur, that turn. So now we're going to cut this right here. We're going to highlight it. Come here and cut it. Now we're going to remove that little piece. Now we're going to look at it again. Okay, so that's good right there. So now this is all that we're going to work with right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the front all the way to the beginning. And I'm using that space bar, the bar to move it. Also, you can use your playhead to move it. And I'm going to pull that all the way to the beginning. So right now I want to play just a little bit so we kind of see what we got going and what we're going to kind of work with. So here's people coming out of the light. And see, this was the little section that we was using, but we left us some room to work with. So to look at more natural, I guess you would say, we want that light to be like right up on these two people here. So we're going to stop it here. We're going to come over here and highlight. We're going to cut out the playhead, and we're going to highlight this because we don't want it. We're going to get rid of it. So now we're going to look at it again. Coming out, okay, into the light. And I like that part. So we're going to see how much room we have for that. Now, this is just a little sliver. This is the section that we're going to use for the transition. And the transition is just making the pieces come together to make it look like you're telling the second part of the story. It's like you're letting it fade into the next scene. So with this little sliver, we've got enough, and you can make your transitions as big as you want or as small as you want. See, like if we did this right here and just did a sliver, just like that, this is a transition. All you're doing is pulling these over, and you can do them from any sides. You can pull them over, big or small, and drop them. But if you make a mistake, you always have up here, this is your undo button. This undo button will be your favorite friend. So we're going to go all the way back up here, and we're going to click the undo button because we did not mean to do that. We accidentally dropped it in the wrong place, or we weren't paying attention, or our hand slipped off of the remote. The mouse. So this is way too big, and this may not be the one we want. So we're going to go up here and click the undo button. We want to undo that. There it disappeared. Your favorite friend. Now, this will also go back with everything that you've done. Undo, 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 undo if you need to. So I'm not really sure about this, although I kind of am. So I'm going to go back because that was the problem before we did that one. So I'm going to go back here to the undo button again, and that's going to take that one off also. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Let me do that again real fast. So even if we make a mistake, like we make this too big, this transition too big, we can go up to the top here, all the way up. There's an undo button here at the top, and there's a redo button. So if you want to put those back, you can do that also. But we don't want this right here. So we're going to come up. So we don't want this. So we're going to come up to the undo button and undo. Now that took that transition off. So let's look at our transition, and all you have to do is work with your transition areas. That looks good like that, but we don't need a big transition. And when you're transferring from like one scene, like a beginning scene, to an action scene, you want to give yourself a good transition, but only this is probably the best transition distance right there. If you're changing from scene to scene. Now let's see what this looks like. Okay, so we've seen that transition. Instead of stopping and starting to another one, now it kind of flows over to that one. So that's one of our transitions. Now, you can come down to the transition button, click on to your transition button, and this will highlight it. We're going to go ahead and highlight that little transition. We're highlighting that one. You can also come up to your filters, which is playlist, filters, properties, and export. Now filters has to do with your transitions also. Your properties has to do with the speed. If you want to slow your video down, go to your properties, and it has a. I'll click on real fast. Go to your properties, and this has also transitions in it, but it also has speed. And this is where your speed is. The word speed here, you would click down or up if you want it to go faster, or down for slower. But if you're using and you want to make this a little bit longer, make sure you give that you give this plenty of room to get bigger, because you're if you're going to slow it down, it's going to need to stretch out to slow it down to give you a slower look. So always make sure you give plenty of room if you're going to slow your film down. But if not, and we're just working on transitions, click on your transitions, even in properties. Click on transitions, even in properties, and that's where we're at now. And this will give you, this is your transition, this is your dissolve. This is the basic and dissolve, in which I use a lot. I don't really need the barnyard look. But if you want to change your transition from that changeover, here is where you do that. You'll get, this is a dissolve. It's the one that everyone uses. It's the best to use. But if you're making maybe a funny video or action kind of thing, click on that one, and it gives you like a cut look, a horizontal bar look, vertical, all these other, a circle, iris circle, barn up. And I'm going to click on the barn V up, and you can change these anytime. Click on that one. And instead of just having that fade look, now we have that look. Or we can come back up, and that was a barn V, and you'll see the V, that one. Or you can come back up and change it. Let's try the iris circle. We're going to back it up. If you want that iris circle, or let's say a matrix waterfall horizon, in the different transitions, you can use any kind. So now we're going to back that up and see what this one looks like. So you have multiple different kind of transitions that you can use, but I do like the dissolve because it just comes from one to the next scene. So that's your transitions, and all you have to do with your transitions, go back and always go back, so I'm not working on anything. But all of your transitions, all it is coming over. Let's make sure we have, and all you're doing is placing it on the other one to get a transition. And you don't want a big one like that. You just want just enough to show what you're doing as far as, let's see what we're doing here. We're going over. And so this is kind of like a big transition. It's not like a quick transition. So you see a different scene and a different scene. This is a far one, kind of lit up. This one is really lit up. So we're going to make our transition just a little bit bigger than this one. We want a good transition, and that's basically the best transition about that area. You can make them smaller if you want just a quick, if it's like dark and you want to have a transition, but you don't want it to show too much, that you can do just a real small transition. But also, I'm going to back this up because this is transition. We're going to look at it. and say this transition, it's a good one, but say I didn't want that big of a transition and I can't get it to drop just where I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here to the top and undo that. I want to get rid of that transition. So now what I'm going to do is, if you got your toggle snap and your ripple, which ripple means it's just going to, everything's going to move together. And this snap means that no matter where it's at, and no matter what I do, it will snap like a magnet to that next clip. But say I can't, say I'm trying to get it just as small as I can, but with the snap on, it's not letting me get, say this is as small as they'll let me get, about right there. But I want it to be a smaller than that. Now, what you do is you turn all these off. Now, be careful when you turn this off, because if you got other things behind it and you back it up, it's going to cut into that. So either make sure you're going forward with it, or there's plenty of room behind it. Now, also, when you turn these off, when you turn off the magnets and the ripple and you highlight it, you can remove that entire piece without messing up anything else. And you can come and put that in the back if you want, just like that. And if you want to move it back, remember, it'll only do that if these are off. But if you was to drop it on this one, it would cut this off, and it would send this piece to the back of that. It would be all messed up. So only if you're moving or you're only if you're moving your clip, use that. But either way, and when you're done, turn it back on. But we need it in the front again, so we're going to turn it back off and we're going to move it back. Now, if you're moving a big piece, make sure this is on. Grab the front of the, wherever you're going to, if I want to put this back in here, I want to make sure I have plenty of room. So with these two on, all I'm going to do is move this back just a little bit, because with that toggle snap and that ripple drop, it's going to move everything back. So now I've got extra room up here. It moved everything back. Now I'm going to turn it off, because I need that back piece in this area. And I'll make sure I gave myself plenty of room to drop it. So I'm going to come and grab that back piece again, and I'm going to move it all the way back over. And if you don't turn that off, you're going to have some major problems, but you also have your friend, the undo button. So there's plenty of room here, so I'm just going to drop that. I'm going to turn everything back on. And I'm going to pull everything back together. There's that magnet. It'll do it for you. So now, that was the transitions, but also, say I want to put a music to this, or I want the audio from this, but on another clip. So we're going to come right here and click on. We're going to click on and highlight this area. Sorry about that. We're going to highlight this area. We're going to. So if we want this to be an audio clip, or if we want to use any of these as an audio clip, or if we have audio, we can put in. But we're going to come over here, because this is only a video line. If you want to put audio from another song or something, you come over here to this, your working box here. You're going to highlight it, and then you're going to right click again. Now this will give us a whole new track options, track height, section options, and the rest you really
I
don't.
want to show you the. Just make sure it's where you want.
Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, good. Hope it's not crooked though. It's kind of
It
crooked
is a
though.
little bit. That's why I was showing you.
Oh, hold on.
You need something to raise that one in because Nightstar says they couldn't see where you were working.
Okay.
You need something to.
I think that's straight now. I just had to get it fell off this eraser. Sorry about that, Night Stars. So now I want to add an audio clip to this. So what I'm going to come over here and do, and this box is highlighted. I'm going to right click, and this is going to bring up my track operations. I want to put some music to this. So I'm going to come up here, and it has audio track or a video track. So right now we're actually going to do both. I want to make another audio track. I'm going to click that. And with this bar right here, we're going to scroll it up and down. See, this is our original. Now we have another line up here that has no clips in it. This is another video track. And you can have 2 or 3 or 4, whatever kind of video tracks you need. Sometimes if you're having an interview and you have a person over here and a person over here, and this person's talking, and then that person talks, and you want to have like a over-the-shoulder shot of them, you can open up another video track, and you can highlight one of these, and you can push this video up. Now this is going to push everything together because you have your toggle snap on. So now you can work with this interview and this interview and this interview. You'll cut them up and you'll drop them and put them back down into one line. So, but right now I don't really want 2 video lines. I'm just showing you. So I'm going to come up to the very top again to our undo button. And I'm going to undo that. And that cleared all that. Also, since I really don't want this one, I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to cancel this line. I don't want that extra video. Oh, didn't go. But I do want an audio, so I'm going to highlight that box again, go up to the track operations. I'm going to move over to the audio track, and now I'm going to scroll down because this has made an audio track for us. If you want to use one of these for just audio, you would turn these off because you're going to move from one section to another section. So you will highlight this and just pull it down. Now, when you do that, nothing is going to toggle snap. Nothing is going to pull because you have turned these off. And always turn these off when you're moving audio to a video, or it'll snap everything together and you're not going to have it where you want. But once you're done, turn it back on. But that's just how to get an audio track. Or say we have some audio. We're going to open our screen up here on the top. And we're going to go find some audio. I know I got a song in here somewhere. This one is Guide You Home, which, well, I'll do another one that was for a friend. We'll do this one. So I'm just going to pick a song. I'm going to open it up. It's going to be a blank screen because it's just a song. Make sure you grab it and pull it over. Put it into your playhead. Now I'm going to go back here and I want to put this back up because I've got audio for it, but I want to use this as the video. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to click on it again, and I'm going to move it back up. Now this is going to put this back to an audio. This is your video line. This is your audio line. I'm sorry. This will put it back to a video. This is your video line. This is your audio line. So I want that song to go at the beginning. So now, since I have my audio track here, I'm going to go grab my music. And I'm going to pull that down. And I'm just, sorry. Always remember to turn everything back on. Or it'll overwrite. You may drop it there. It'll be all on this. So make sure these are on again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and grab our audio and we're just going to pull it down. And just drop it anywhere because you may not want the first part of that song or the last part of that song. But pull it over to where you're going to start. You can play your music. It may give an echo, but just bear with us for a second because I got two things on. But I'll be quiet, so maybe it'll lessen the echo. But this is what it'll sound and look like for right now. Yeah, that's not going to work because I'm using two things and we just heard that. But that's okay anyway. But that's how we put our music to our videos. So we're not going to be playing that. It's causing the echo. But we're going to leave that music there. Now we're going to go back to the second video that we're going to use. Now I think I'm only going to use about this much. I just want to use it to where Jose is walking and showing that the camera person is coming up also. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to go ahead and split it. And I'm going to just get rid of all this part because it's showing the blind, but I want to show the walking. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. So now I've got this coming in. Jose's walking, camera's walking, coming up. So we're going to put a little transition in both of these. Just a smidgen because we just want enough to let it transfer over into a transition, to an easy transition. Let's see what that looks like. And this doesn't have sound right now. But also, I want to have, and you can always be tedious. And so I want to keep that just on Jose for right now. And remember, this is what we want, but we also want a little blur for that transfer. And we can use that little light blur right there. We're going to highlight. We're going to come over here and split it. And then we're going to get the next section that we want, which will be right here. So I want to keep this part. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to come over here and split it. I'm going to highlight this because we don't want this section. We're going to remove that. Now we're going to look at what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to want a little blur and a bright transition. So we're going to make this one just a little bit bigger. Just about right. To where they blend together. We want to drop it about right there. Let's see what we're doing. There we go. Now with our next one, we're showing the blind, showing what you're doing here. And then we're going to go into our closing, Jose and Tanya. But we don't want to show the entire, we just want to show enough. So right before I'm in the back, but right before that, we want to catch Jose and Tanya right here with a little bit of blur, not much. We're going to highlight. We're going to go and split at the head. And we're going to take this whole section out. We don't need it anymore. So we're going to remove that. Now we're going to see where we're at. We got Jose and Tanya. There I am. I'm saying goodbye. That's a fairy flying around there. And that was the next section of Jose and Lead Tracker E. Lead Tracker E is fading into the dark. I kind of like this one, so I'm gonna highlight and cut it, and I'm gonna have Lead Tracker E fading in or coming out of the darkness, kind of like I am right here. So here I am, and then we're gonna go back to Jose and Tanya. And then there's Lead Tracker E about to appear out of the dark. What? And she is saying goodbye also. So we like those. So we're going to put a little transition here. This little transition. And you can make it a little bit bigger because you're transferring from one scene to a closing scene or one specific scene to a brand new scene. So we're going to make it just a little bit bigger. And we want to go back and see what that looks like. So there's the transition, faded right into it. Now, the one with Lead Tracker E is kind of a quick one, so we're going to go ahead and give that just a little, not as big as this one, just a little bit less and drop that. Now we're going to go see what that looks like. Now, so our audio clip is too big for this or too long for that. But all we have to do is you can use the back end. I'm going to highlight that. I want to split that. But you could also, if you wanted to use the closing part of the music, you would come over here and clip out a good portion that you would use. So I would mark it here. I would split it also. And I would get rid of the middle because I don't need the middle, which pushed everything together from where I clipped it here. And you could also, if you wanted to, make 3 audio clips if you want. And so say I wanted to put the ending music instead of the beginning music, I would come over here and highlight this and get rid of it, which will push everything back up. So now I'm getting the ending music over here, which is about right where it's supposed to be. That was very accidental, but so now on this video, we can't listen to it because of the reverb but it is playing right now, and we will post this in just a second for you. And I want to show you how to do that with StreamYard also. So here we're watching the video, and it's a product where we think this is okay. This will work. This is what I want to do. And of course, you're going to do more. You're going to, if you're, say your picture is sticking straight up and you want it turned sideways, or you want to focus in on something, or if you want to take a picture of this snapshot, you love this picture and it's a good picture that you want to use for later, or if you want to stop it right there, put a picture in just like this, you're going to go up to the top again to your file button. So I like this. Let me do it like this. There you go. How about that? Okay, so I like this picture here, and it's right here where my playhead is, right there. This is the picture I want. Oops, sorry. I keep doing that. But this is the playhead, and this is the picture that it stopped on. We can move this over like this if we want. I want to make sure everybody's eyes are open, looking good. Oh, let's check these eyes. There we go. Good.
Mhm.
So say this is the picture that we want, and we want to make it last a little bit. So we will come up to the top now. Again, we're going to come up to the top to the file button. First thing let's do is save, save, save. Let's save that first. Even though we're going to put another picture in. So we like this picture. So we're coming up to the file button. You're going to come down to where it says export. We're going to come down to export. Now it's going to give us a frame. This is the frame. We want to save this frame. We like that picture. So we're going to come over to the frame. Click on it. It's going to say this frame may be lower quality. Do you still want to continue? You say yes. This is going to put it into your video. Make sure you name it. Let's name it Shot for Tutorial. And it's in your videos. Always remember where it's at. So now we're going to come here and click Save. So that is saved. Now, if we want to put it right there at that playhead, we're going to come over here and split it. We're going to, oh, sorry. I got to undo real fast and push it down again. So this is the clip or the shot that we're working on. So we're going to highlight that, and we want to put that picture right there. So we're going to come over here and split it. Hope we can see. Yeah. We're going to come over here and we're going to split it. Now we're going to separate that. We're going to highlight it. Oh, that was an accident. I'm going to undo that. It was accidental transition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split. We split it. So I'm going to move this one back because I want to put that picture that we just took right here. So now we got to go find that picture. We just took it. So now we're going to come over here. We're going to click in the box just so the box knows this is where we're working. We're going to come up here to the open file. Now we're going to go find our videos. And our video, as you're scrolling down, you're going to find the videos right here. Now we're looking for it's called Shot for Tutorial. So this will be in your videos. And you can also put that in your desktop or your documents. But it always goes there as a basic. And it's okay for it to go there, just as long as you remember. So in these videos, we're going to go find Shot for Tutorial. So it's alphabetical order. So all we go down all the way to your S's. Those are T's, S's. Now we're looking for S-H-O-T. S-H, A, B, C, D. Oh, okay. Okay, Shot. Well, maybe I'll put it in desktop. Let me look real fast. I might have wasn't paying attention. SH. Okay, so it's supposed to be in the videos. Let me check again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, Q, R, S. So it's supposed to have been there. But let me do something else. So this is the shot that we want. So I'm going to do that again because I couldn't find it. I think I did it too quick. I wasn't paying attention. So we're going to do the same thing. I'll put the playhead back over there because I lost it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that playhead right back in the same spot. And I'm going to go also back up to the top again. And I want to put it in somewhere different because I want this shot. So I'm going back up here to the file to where it says export. Now we're going to export the frame. This is what we want the frame. So it says quality may be lower. Do you want to continue? Say yes. And see, it goes to videos again. And there it is actually right there, shot for tutorial. But I couldn't find it a while ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in desktop this time. And I'm going to label it shot for tutorial. And I'm going to save that in my desktop. It was in my video, but I couldn't see it for some reason. But now I know it's in desktop. So I'm going to click on here. Go up to open file. I'm going to open that up. And then I'm going to go to desktop because that's where I put it. And now alphabetical order, I'm looking for a shot for tutorial. So I'm going all the way down to the S's. And here are the S's. I'm looking for a shot for tutorial, which is right here. I'll click on that and I'm going to open it. Now remember, it's going to come here, but we want to drag it. And I know it didn't look like it moved because this is the same shot as what we're working on. But this is the same shot. It's here. We just got to drag it over here so we can use it. Now, once we get that done, we're going to save. Save. And let that render, let that save. And now we're going to pull this and put it in this spot that we want to kind of let this spot be there. So, but also once you do this, you also have to remember that your music is not going to add up because you added more clips. What we're going to do is we're going to grab that one. We're going to pull it down. Oh, I messed that up. We're going to pull that down. We're going to put it right. And you can put it close or right in that exact spot because it will put it right there for you. But if you even drop it short, it's going to be okay because your ripple is on. That means wherever you put this is going to move back also. But if you don't have that on and if you drop it like right here on half of that, it's gonna mix with that image. So instead of trying to work out more of that, I'm going to add this one to there. So let's take a look at what we're doing here now. Saying goodbye. Lee Checker, he's going to come out. There she is. And that's the photo part right there. What we can do is shorten that photo by highlighting this one, and then coming up and just putting the playhead a little shorter because we don't want a whole long. So let's take about half of that, and then we're going to split that. Now we're going to highlight that and remove that piece, and we're going to pull this up to meet that. Now let's see what we got. So I like that, but I'm going to blend it in just a little bit. I just want to give a little transition, not a lot. And that should work. Now I'm going to transition this one also just a little bit. We just want just a smidgen. I call it hiccup, just a hiccup. Now let's take a look again. That was still a little too much, but okay. So I don't want to use all these transitions. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to undo that one. And I'm going to undo this one. And so that's how you would put a snapshot in if you wanted to put a snapshot in. I'm going to take that snapshot out because it doesn't look right unless I was going to end it like that. So let's take another look at what we got. There's a little hiccup in there. So I'm going to just barely put a little transition there because I want it to try to blend together. Okay, so that one kind of went through without a problem. Okay, so now we got our product. This is what we want to show. And the very best ones, once you're done with this, let's go to your export button. Remember, this is playlist, filters, properties. You can use properties for transitions as well, give you a whole bunch of them. But it's mostly for speed if you want to slow it down. But make sure you give yourself extra room because this will stretch out and it will go over to another clip if you have it. And the filters is for, changing this. You click on it, go to your filters button, go to that plus, because you're going to add all these different, you have brightness, color grading, contrast, fade in video, fade in audio, volume, and positioning. If you recorded this way and you need it that way, come to your positioning and rotate, and they'll give you a little line, and you can just pull it over and turn your video. So it doesn't matter if it's upside down or backwards, you can still fix it with this. Now, this is a free app, but if you want to get more into like movie quality, you would use your color grading to fix the color. Like I have this one highlighted here. This will come up. Let's see where we're at. Let me get a good one. Let's do this one. Okay, so we want to do a little color grading. This is for brightness, color, and darkness. The shadows, color, or the midtones of the skin, and the highlights. This also has to do with like the sun. You don't want it too bright. You can use this. This is your color grading options. It's very good. And just to even show you, we're going to go up a little bit. Well, I'm sorry. It has to do with your recording, especially with the dark. You're not going to get much of a change. And also, if you don't want any changes, you would come back up to your negative button and click it off, and that will set everything back to the way it was. So now we have a semi-finished project. So this is what we want to export. So now we're going to come to the export button. Now click on your export button. If you're doing home video, some of the best ones is the 264 baseline or the high premium kind of look. But if you want to share to YouTube and make your own home videos, there is a YouTube button right here that I recommend, because if you want to show on YouTube, it's the best one to use. It's already adapted. So come to that YouTube one, which I use all the time. Click on the YouTube one, and now we're going to export this file. Click export. It's going to say, where do you want to keep this? The finished product, we want to store it. So it's exporting it to the videos, and I remember that, Night Walk with Orbs. And that's what we're looking for. It's a Night Walk with Orbs. So I'm going to save that right there. And now it's going to start rendering over here. It's going to start, and it'll tell us, like it's at 0, now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some of them do real fast, some of them go real slow. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And so, I'm going to turn this around again.
Okay.
And so, while that is rendering, we're going to turn this around real fast and catch up on comments and questions. And then we're going to post that real fast for you. Is that good?
Or is that too close?
No, I think it's
That
fine.
just seems bigger.
I think it's fine.
We seem to be very.
No, it's fine.
Oh, I'm actually on full
the
screen.
lighting is good tonight.
I'm on full screen this one.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, why are we so? There, that's a little better. But we're probably that real big and. oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to change this around one more time. I just want to show you something.
So now, let me try to get this back on here real fast. So that's what we have. It's already rendered. It's already finished. So we can close this because it's a video. So we're going to come up here. We're going to close this, and it's going to say, do you want to save your changes? Yes, we want to save all the changes that we've made so far. Now we do that, and it's gone. So now, since we're working with StreamYard, and if you're using two systems, make sure one of them doesn't have the volume on. Either this one or that one. So we're going to go to StreamYard. And of course, we didn't listen to the audio, so we don't know exactly what's on it. So right now, we want to, on StreamYard, you have a button. Down here, you have mute, start the cam, settings, present, that word present, also to invite your guests or to leave the studio. Now, if you have a big video and it won't load on your brand, little videos under 2 minutes, I would say 6 minutes will load directly into your StreamYard. But if it's bigger than that, like we could load it, I would come up to the brand over here, click on the brand, and I would scroll down to this is photos and this is video. We'll scroll down to the video where it says add video clip. We can see if our video is too big or too small. So here's we're going up in our videos again. Now we're going to find, what was it called? Night orbs or something. Always remember the name of what you just named. It'll help when you're looking for it. Night walk with orbs. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. And if they're small enough, you could click on and open them, and they'll load right here. So this will take just a second to load, but also now this other video that we just got through doing is I think it's over an hour long. So it's not going to play. It's not going to load here, but you do have a button right here that's called present. Now this will let you load an hour, 2, 3 hour. You could do a tutorial. You could do a webinar with that. But while this is loading, we're going to go ahead and come to the present button. And we're going to open a video file that we want to play on StreamYard. Now, this is the big one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go find it. It's tracking back to the Predator's Nest, and that's on YouTube now. We just loaded that today. But it's too big to download in StreamYard here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it here, but it's going to show up here. It's not going to be in no. Okay, so we're loading this one here, the one we just did, and we also loaded a big one, which is over an hour long. But I also want to show another video, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to open up another video that I want to show, which is this short one. And so I'm going to be playing these in just a second. This is I think this is the real long one. This is the short video, and this is the short video that we're loading right now. So I'm going to put this over here back again. How's that? Okay, good. Okay, so we have these videos. The one we just did, I think it's a good song. I mean, we're gonna watch that last part. Then we're gonna show you a video that we did, and also a video over the whole date track. We're not gonna show you the whole date track. That's on YouTube, but we're gonna show you bits and pieces of it. I'm gonna show you a little bit because of the night vision that we didn't get to show you. But night vision didn't have volume, so you can use that vision, pull down an audio, put it underneath your night vision, and your night vision will have audio. And we're going to show you that in just a minute. Okay, let's do some comments.
Did you see that? Well, let's see. Since we were in here, Jazzy had to go to bed.
Oh,
Diamond Dwarf
Diamond
kept
Dwarf.
getting kicked out. They kept losing connection.
Oh, okay.
But at first they said they got knocked out, and I was like, "Whoa, what'd you say to somebody?"
You said something in War
What
Chief.
did you do?
You said something to JR. You said
No.
something not. Sorry.
No, but
Truth
you're right.
Walker. Jazzy.
Lyrical Jazzy said she was about to leave right when you said a fairy. What are the odds of that? And if y'all know Jazzy, you know the background on that story. Blanquito came into the room.
Blanquito. Hola, ¿cómo está? Say hola, Lead Trackers.
Hola. Carla Hipkins is also here.
Carla. Hey,
already
Carla
said it.
Bell. Oh, okay.
Um,
I just like saying it, Carla Bell.
Carla Bell. Glad you're here. We're past that part. Tracker A came in the room.
Hey, Tracker A.
Glad to
Always,
see you.
always glad to hear from you.
Cube had to leave. He had some sort of emergency, and he will finish watching the rest after a while. We told him to keep us updated. Night Star says, "Phew, that's a lot of info. Thank you for that tutorial."
And you can always watch us over again if it went
Yeah.
too fast. But
Pause and take notes.
and if you need any other assistance, of course, Trackers, we're here.
Tracker Lorna says, "Thank you, so awesome."
Tracker
Some
Lorna.
hearts.
Oh,
Night Star says, "Oh yeah, I could see when he changed the camera, no problem." I said, "Jerry, you're a wonderful teacher, and you are." And
oh,
Night Star says he is.
oh, thank y'all. So our video has loaded. So we're going to show you the finished project of that one, but we also want to show you 2 other short videos.
While he loads this, go hit like and subscribe if you
Like
would,
and
please, if you have
subscribe.
not already done that.
If you haven't subscribed, be a subscriber. It's a minute video, but we do have 1 or 2 more that we want to show you some samples.
Jody says, "Lead Tracker E and Jerry Williams, brilliant teachers, head spinning again." Jody
Thank you,
loves to
Jody.
learn.
Jody's just, so happy you're here. So let's watch the video. We just did it, so let's watch it. It'll just take a minute and enjoy it.
Cuídense. Cuidado. Gracias. Hasta luego. Bye.
And it's that simple, that easy. You can use it for teaching. You can do your teaching and put it into a like a DVD for someone if you want to teach something else, or make family things, or
Whatever you
want to
For
help
the,
your
for the
channel.
trackers, we're going to share a private video that we did for someone special, but we'll show that privately to you. Just a totally different spin on it. That as a grandparent, you may want to do something like that. Or,
Mhm. And so we of course, everybody knows we did some tracking the other day. Well, we do it pretty much every day, but and some of you may have seen this next clip. It's on Lead Tracker E's page, but we want to show it to you here also if you haven't seen it.
and if you haven't subbed to that page, sub to it too, please. We gained 5 today there.
Oh, good. So I want to make sure we have it right. and we want you to enjoy this real fast. Let me make sure it's the right one. Hey, and we got a side window. Look at that.
Oh, cool.
And at least I can make hearts. At least I can make hearts. So we're going to get to watch this with you. This is a video of a track that we just got through doing. Of course, there's a longer video, but let's watch this real fast.
And this is the one where at the very end of it, keep your eye on the left-hand side after Jose's been in that bright light, and we're back there by that final blind towards the end of the 5 minutes. Keep your eye on the left for that cross that we're talking about.
Yeah,
none of us had anything to that. It was
so welcome to his house. I had a cross, a limb or a brush sticking up, and a perfect cross for us. So, all right, everyone enjoy it, and we can still hear you. You can still hear us. So we're going to be quiet and let you enjoy this real fast. We love it, so enjoy it.
Y'all's coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all's coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house.
All right. So that was some of the videos that we just put up from a track this Saturday.
Yes.
This Saturday, we had a different track in a different area on Friday, and we put both those videos up. But with this, I mean, you have hours of video or cameras. This is a good way to put all this together that you can share with us. And we can have that for the tracker meetings or for your own channels or for even for Facebook or something like that.
Personal reasons.
If you want to, or just make home videos for your families. But it is helpful. It saves you a lot of trying to show the entire 2-hour clip if you only want to show this much of it. So we recommend Shotcut for your home computer or CapCut. CapCut is the same way, but CapCut, if you're monetized, it's not going to work. Shotcut will help you monetize, and you can get free audio from YouTube Studio also.
Night Star says cool video, and JR says extra cool.
And when we get, I would like to have a lot of the trackers send in some stuff, and then we can put those
team video.
team video.
That would be cool.
Team video. Let's see. Let's catch up, and then I think we're
I think
done
that is pretty much
for the
caught up.
night.
That is caught
Oh,
up.
okay. Cool video. Thank you, Jody. Tracker Lorna says, love the video. Extra cool. Thank y'all so much. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Wow. All right. So this will help you, and you can also send us the video trackers. But of course, if you want us to look at some photos and everything, we'd love looking at those. And I think we've got some more free time. Well, kind of.
Quit saying that.
I know. Every time I say that, we don't.
We'll do our best.
So let's.
Night Star Tracker Lorna says, God bless everyone. Night Star says, thanks again, you guys. Thank you to the ones that hung with us for 3.5 hours.
I realized it was 3 hours.
We thought it was going to be quicker, but there's a lot to learn.
There it is.
Thank you for doing that.
And thank y'all for everyone who sent us some support tonight. We appreciate it. And Jody, we are getting that, and we want to thank you again because we do need that. And the rest we're going to use for batteries or SD cards or whatever we can. But we're going to use the entire amount for what we need. So thank you. And everyone who's helped us also again tonight. It's going for gas, it's going for food, it's going for travel. And we want to thank you for helping because we don't charge people for helping them with their homes.
Night Star says, LOL, you got free time. Let's do your website. Let's.
Hey,
Thank
Night
you
Stars.
so much. Yes. I
Thank
was thinking
you.
about that yesterday.
All right. I forgot about
That
that.
sounds wonderful. And probably 30 times when we have been at the vending things, I was thinking, man, I wish we could have referred them to a website because it
Yeah.
just opens up so much more
It does.
possibilities. So
Thank you,
yes,
Night
thank
Stars.
you. And Jody says, you do realize when you hit, it's going to be huge, massive respect. Thank you. We keep hearing that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right now, we consider it that God is just keeping us in a
Keeping us
safe cocoon
Yeah.
because we also have people praying for that too because it can be ugly out there. So we'd rather have a smaller, organically growing, stronger base
that will blossom
that'll build up. Yeah.
into more
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
more people.
Of people just like you.
Yes. Perfect.
So
Perfect.
we'll take it and we appreciate you. We appreciate every one of you. So we'll say prayers and let everyone get going. And we got a pot of spaghetti in there to
And
eat.
tracker meeting Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time Zone. Trackers, let's make it there.
Okay, we say our prayers. Thank you, Lord. Bless everyone here tonight. We're just honored to be a part of this incredible journey that we're on, Lord. We thank you for everybody that's here with us. Let everyone have a good, peaceful night of sleep. And Lord, take care of whatever emergency situation is happening with Ross. Lord, take care of the trackers and friends that we haven't heard from in a while. Lord, bless them and take care of them and just keep them in your hands also. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. And if any of the trackers, if you have any questions about the video or audio or anything like that, let us know. That's no problem. We're here for you. But we want to thank everybody for tonight and staying here with us. We didn't realize it was going to be 3 hours and 30
Yeah,
minutes.
And to everyone, not just the trackers, to every viewer here and every friend
Yes,
here, we
yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
New and old. We
New
thank you.
and old. New great people, we welcome you.
Yeah.
So everyone have a great night, Warriors. It was fun. Have a great
It
night.
was fun.
It was. Have a great night, Warriors.
Are we moving?
So beautiful. Look at this.
Are we moving?
So weird. The effect's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. You gotta say a prayer.